Hi. Hi guys. Can y'all hear me? Hi everyone. I think I just a bit late, tad late, because I had to rush home from this home meeting that I had. I haven't been with them for a long time. Well, home meeting is well, it's these are guys from my church, so we usually meet once a week, but because of the COVID-19, we haven't been meeting for a long time. Yeah. Hi, Jean. Hi, Mike. Hi, Roger. Roger Williams. Hey, hi. Hi, Thomas. Uh, Guten Tag. You're from Texas, Roger. Okay, so yeah, welcome to the channel. Hi, Saki. Recently found your channel and the whole vibe puts me in a good mood. Turn me on to Holly Benton and thank you so much. Thank you kindly, Roger. Thank you so much. Hope you guys are well, doing well. Yep, today we're gonna have quite a number of stuff. Well, we're gonna do it in stages because I have a couple of guitars in my house. Well, actually, a couple of guitars is an understatement. There's a lot of guitars in my house, and a couple of gears. Yeah. So we're just gonna like do a sneak peek, not a full review, because I will leave it for the full review videos where I can actually spend time on it. What the hell is this? Oh, I just bought. Yeah, in case y'all saw the. I just bought a new slide. This is the Redmo. I'm not mistaken. This is a Redmo. Catmo, not Redmo. Yeah, Catmo is a famous slide player. Even though I haven't heard his music yet, but I'm so I'm so comfortable with this mud slide that I've owned for a long time. Am I holding the right way up? So this is the right way up. Okay, this mud slide is from Dunlop, and I have a couple of slides. This is another one. This is the Moonshine. These are all made from ceramics, but I'm really comfortable with the mud slide because I find I have better control with that. Yeah, so I thought I'd buy another one just in case I break the other one. So I guess this is the one that is available. It's a bit heavy, so but it's good. I like it. In fact, I think it's a bit heavier than the. They're about the same. But I think they're the same. Disaster Beta. Interesting name. Hello from Ireland. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome. So to start off with, you guys are pretty new because I haven't seen you guys before. Yeah, Friday. It's Friday today for me. For you guys, it's probably Thursday, still Thursday. But Friday for me is a reality because I usually do my streams on Wednesdays. Sometimes on Sunday, my Sunday, which is your Saturday. Friday is a reality for me, so I guess the usual crowd is not here yet. So it's great to see you guys. You are new. You guys are all new. So you have any questions you want to post to me first before we get the show on the road? Anything? Or any other comments about yeah, Luxscape, thank you. I was about to say that about the previous new reviews that I've done. So the S500 is the Tribute S500 is an interesting guitar. Yeah, I've I think the only the first time that I played on a GNL in Singapore was the S500 Fullerton, which I subsequently bought. That was a great guitar. That is a great guitar, and the Tribute is a cheaper version of the Fullerton Deluxe or the Fullerton range of guitars. So the Tribute S500 is pretty good. Yeah, I was quite impressed with it. What do I think? What do I think about what? About the S500? I think it's worth buying for that money. But to tell you the truth, I'm more impressed with the Legacy, the Tribute Legacy, because if you're looking for a Strat, then the Legacy would be the one to go to. And I just find that the finish of the Legacy is much better. The natural finish and the workmanship is much better. You know. What do y'all think? In any case, I just want to find out what's happening to you guys over in France. For example, Jean is from France. Thomas is from Germany. What is happening over there? And Roger, you're in Texas. Are you guys on lockdown, or what's happening to you? What's happening to you guys? Okay, Roger, that's a good question. Are you able to play gig anywhere in this COVID going around? Very few places for me to play. I figure. Well, the thing, Roger, is that the situation in Singapore is like kind of like under control, right? And as far back as about 3 months ago, I've started doing our live streaming concerts where we actually play together as a band and we live stream the whole show. So that's been going on in this studio called J Studio. Interesting story about that. So what happened is that this guy called Jay, he's actually a designer contractor who does interior decoration for a lot of big companies like Apple, for example, right? And he's got a financial backing, but at the same time he's also a musician. He's a good songwriter, and he was looking at the whole situation and kind of like empathize with what we musicians are going through, because there's virtually no clubs open, so there's no job. All my overseas gigs have been cancelled, you know. So he decided to kind of like invest some money and build a sort of a stage in the studio for live streaming, and got a couple of singers together, and as well as the band, which includes me, thank God, and yeah, thus giving us a chance to perform together. Maybe like twice a month, and it was good. It was good. It was great. I find that it's really uplifting for me, because to be cooped up in a home for months on end, you know, that's not good for you psychologically. So to be able to get out there and play with my brothers and sisters, you know, that's that's something that's really cool. And we get paid, you know, not a lot, not the usual or sum, but enough, you know, I guess. So yeah. That's what's happening to us, and the government is rethinking about whether we should kind of like open things up a little bit, but then again, the live performances would have to be put on hold because they don't want another wave, right? And we'll see. Now they're talking about the dispensation of the vaccine as soon as 2 weeks from now. So after that, you know, we might go into phase 3. We are in phase 2 currently, so we might go to phase 3 and then the phase 4 and slowly open up the whole country. All right. But I hope you guys are doing fine over there, right? Light lockdown over in France. Okay. Baudouin, Belgium. Good evening. Oh, no, don't worry about it. Welcome. Ether Gamer Network. You got to choose one, Blues Junior or Vox AC10. I would choose the Blues Junior. Yes, I would choose the Blues Junior. And the AC10, you have to kind of like depend on pedals, because there's no attenuator behind, and you gotta re-crank up your amp to get that overdriven sound. So well, as a Blues Junior, you can probably get an overdriven sound fairly easily at without blowing your ears, right? With the space I'm in, you know, I don't need that big an amp like the AC10. Mike, Reef Tank, avid fish collector, I gather. Have you ever used a Spark M, and what do you think about it for a beginner? No, I've not tried a Spark M yet, so I don't know. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Our beginner amps like this, like, you know, with the app and everything, there is like pros and cons, because it doesn't give you, well, it gives you the convenient way out of adjusting the amps through the app or even on the amp itself. But what I would rather you guys do is to get a real live amp, right? And kind of like, you know, kind of tweak it and kind of fine tune it and understand the whole signal flow and what sort of effect it takes for within the preamp. Like, you know, if it's a tube amp, even better, because you understand how tube works, you know, how to get signal in and driving the tubes to get that saturated sound, and the mid controls, you know, what does it do to your sound. And the mid control is, for me, you know, the how should we call it, the magic sauce. You know, a lot of people probably do not know about this, but the mid and the highs, the trebles, I depend on them a lot, right? So it's how you shape the sound with that. And if you have a say an amp like this, a small little amp, this is like this is a VC15, right? This is a Langley VC15. It's no more in production anymore because they are all made in China. This is a few one. These are the earlier ones that are made in the UK. It's got great sound, little 10-inch, right? Single 10-inch, but with it you can actually kind of like figure out how to kind of tone your amp and your guitar depending on which guitar you're using. Try to play around with the equalization and get to know how an amp works. I find that amps like the Katana, the Spark, and whatever you have, like the ones from Line 6 or even from Black Star, you know, they does what is supposed to do, but it's for convenience sake. But for me, I would recommend, like, as a beginner, that you guys learn from scratch, like getting a secondhand Blues Junior, for example, or a secondhand VC15 or 30 or whatever tube amps you can get your hands on, even if it's used, as long as it's in working condition. That would do. I'd rather you do that. Yeah. Bodewin, yes, I pronounce. It's Dutch. Well, I'm glad. So you're from Holland, huh? Hey, good. Roger, I've been happy with my Boss Q12s. I haven't gigged with it yet, but I think it will be great. I'm sure it will be. Yeah. I started playing guitar, Baldwin. I started playing guitar again because of your videos. The M35, and I bought the HB TE40, right, from your videos to get started again. Cool. It's nice. Camilo, no, I have not, because I was thinking about asking Nuix to send me that mighty plug, but I'm using this. This is a come on, focus. Okay, this is a Line 6 G10, a Relay G10S. So I'm using that, so it works for me. But a word of caution, because all this plug and play kind of a receiver and transmitter thing, from experience, it doesn't really translate well in the real world situation on stage. You know, you're bound to get signal dropouts. I think the tried and true tested ones with a big pack and all that still works. You know, again, you have to make a compromise between using that or just straight wire. For me nowadays, I just go with my wire. So I just bought a 20-foot real good solid 1/4-inch jack, and I've been using that on stage even when I'm touring, because I just find that yeah, you know, it's not really worth it using a transmitter set. I mean, the sound just thins out, and you know, I just gave up on it. Just do everything with a long wire. Hi Orion, how are you? Okay, good to see you here. Oh, you tried the Nux, the Nuix Cerebus? Yeah, you saw it? Yeah. I still have it, although it's with my friend right now. I guess he loves it. He doesn't want to give it back to me. So I find that I've spoken to Nuex about this. My feedback. I find that they could have just put in a sort of a generic amp simulator there. There's no amp simulator in that unit, just a speaker simulator, which I find is a bit redundant because that will make the unit complete, because then you have all the effects with the amp simulator and the speaker simulator, which I think they are gonna do in later versions of this. But we'll see how it goes. But I was really impressed with their Nuex MG 300, and I know for a fact that they're coming up with new models. I really like the amp modeling. I find that for its price range, the amp modeling and the everything about it, in that unit, including the looper and the drums, they're really good. You totally usable. Did I use that Langley for the Harley Fusion T? No, well, yeah, at times, but I don't really gig with this because I am ampless when when I do my shows. I have a Helix 96, so I use that all the way. There's no amps on stage for me. In fact, for me and Sebastian, the other guitarist, we are all ampless. He was using his Factal, and I'm using my Line 6 Helix, so that's about it. Not even a FRFR. We're working with a artist that is very sensitive to sensitive to, because he's a very soft singer in many ways, and the engineer didn't want too much coming out from the stage. So it took me a while to get used to it, because I had to be totally dependent on in-ear monitors, and to play without an FRFR takes a little bit of getting used to, because you're so used to feedback coming, being exchanged within your pickups and the FFR. So it took me a while, but we got by, and I think we can manage. So this amp is predominantly here for me to practice when I need to just hook up my looper and a couple of effects right bottom, and I could just noodle with it with the looper and just get my downtime on it, and that's about it. Once a while I'll hook up my I have a old Mesa Boogie, right? Mesa Boogie, what you call it, the effects that I have. Anyway, I will hook that up, and then probably will do some recordings with it if I choose to. But it's just too much hassle, miking it out, finding the right position. So these days, even when I'm doing my recording sessions, I'll just run everything straight through with the Helix, with the Line 6 Helix native. Okay. Ether Gamer, I want to also thank you for doing these live streams. I have one more question. Have you tried the Hit Rush FR? No, I have not. We were just talking about the FR, but I think it will work with the Line 6 Pod Go if you choose to. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Line 6 have their own FR product. So, it doesn't really matter, because you can basically run anything through the Pod Go or the Helix. It doesn't really matter. As long as you have a floor monitor, you can still get by. It's cool. Alvin, how are you? Oh wait, okay. How is the COVID situation in Singapore? We actually had like 2 weeks without any infection or any cases in Singapore. And then out of nowhere we had a case, community case. So that was because of a sort of a dinner gathering, which was illegal because they had more than 5% in the table and stuff like that. People will always be people. They'll always find ways to flaunt the law. Anyway, it's been controlled. So it's not that bad. We're still in phase 2. I can still go out and have a meal with 5 friends. Like I was saying just now, I just got back from a home sale. 5 of us, not including the ones who are residing. So you have maybe 4 person in that house, residing in the house, and you have 5 other friends. That's okay, So you can have, as long as there's 5 outsiders coming in, you're fine. And yeah, this is what has been happening in Singapore, and I've been cycling, so I've seen a whole lot of cyclists outside because everybody's like, there's this craze and uh, this sudden craving to exercise with a bicycle. You know, the we have parkway connectors like our cycling lanes, and this gets a bit congested, especially during weekends. Yeah. Hi, David from Massachusetts. Yes, Orient Quest. You are such a dear. Yes, the V twin, the Mesa Boogie V twin, which I totally love, which I will not sell. That is like I'm just keeping it there. Hi, Timothy. Yes, I'm from Singapore. Thank you, thank you. No, wow, that's a long story, which I've kind of like expunge many live streams before. Right. Elvin, great, thanks. Good to know. It's crazy here. Hopefully, the vaccine will be available soon. Well, I believe that the vaccine is on the way out. In Singapore, we are talking about like 2 weeks from now, we'll be able to be vaccinated. So we'll see. Hi, buddy. How are you? Camilo, is Stenberger company dead after some news in 2018? No news until now. I have no idea, Camilo. I don't own any Stenberger products because I was never a fan of Helix guitars, and they were so famous for the Helix guitars back in the days, in the 80s. Yeah, but no, I have no idea how they are. So Timothy, where are you from? John, do I have a Patreon? Yes, I do. I actually gave the details on every video, so check out the description. The Patreon link is there. So yeah, you know what? I can actually cut and paste it from here if you need one. In any case, guys, hit the like button, right? There are a couple of you guys right here, right now, and there's this super chat, super sticker. So if you wanna buy me coffee, or you can just hit that, right? I would appreciate it. Let me see now. What's good lord. From Chicago. Bruno, no, I have not performed in Scandinavia. Would love to. I've been to Europe. I've been to Italy, but yeah, I mean, like the northern part. No, I haven't been to like some of this country like Norway, Scandinavia, and Sweden, which I love to visit one day. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Right. So Jean, you can take a look at this link. This is for the Patreon page. So if any one of you wants to support this channel, yeah. Camilo, you're from Italy. Where did you play Blue? No. I've been to Milano. Yes, love that city. By the way, I went up there with a bunch of guys who are musicians, but we are Christians. So we went out to the church and we did a tour. We went to Reggio Emilia. We went to Milano. We went to Italia and to Roma. We went to, where did we go? We went to Venice. And what's the other place that we went to? What's that place? It just escaped my mind. Anyway, it's a nice place. I even went to Sicily. Yeah, so we went there to help out with the church to teach them music for worship. Yeah, so we weren't playing in the club. Nothing like that. Hi, Shaky. Hi, Kendricks. Oh, yeah. Okay. You do a tour, Bruno? In Scandinavia, are there like Chinese people in Scandinavia? Because, we played predominantly Chinese music, so yeah. So you're from Italy too. Oh, cool. So, come sta, fratello? Come sta? Tutto bene? Good. Or is there a black star amp that I'm looking to purchase? I don't know. I've been toying with the idea. Benny. I've been toying with the idea of a twin reverb, actually. Prego. With a Fender twin reverb, but 85 watts is just way too loud for this room. Then I saw the other version of the reverb, of the twin reverb, which is like a digital version of the twin reverb, which makes sense because it has a back attenuator. You can just dial it down from 85 to 1 watt, and you have lined out XLR out to my interface, and with that XLR out you can have speaker simulation. Like I can simulate a cab, depending on what cab, from the twin reverb to other cabs, and different mics. You can have a choice between a ribbon mic or a condenser mic, and I find that to be really, really helpful if I were to record it without disturbing the neighbors. So that's something I'm looking at. Doesn't cost a lot, but I'm just thinking about it because right now my mind is not on the amps. My mind is on a particular guitar that I just fallen in love with, which I'm trying to convince my wife that I deserve that guitar, but she's giving me a hard time. My problem is, as you can see, the space. Not really helping because there's only so much guitars I can put in this place. So that's my predicament. Anyway. Roger, yeah, fellow Christian. If I ever come, I've been to Texas, Roger. I've been to Houston. I went down to, where's the other place? Oh, good Lord, Galveston. Yeah, I've been to Galveston. We were doing a tour. Same thing. We were going around the predominantly Asian churches in these places and kind of like teaching them about music and worship and stuff like that. It was great fun. I love Texas. I love the people there. They're warm and friendly, well, at least the places that I went. And yeah, cool. If you or anyone here wants to hear the greatest singer, check out Danish. I never heard of her. I will check her out. Yeah. I will. Alvin, what about a Pro Junior or 5-watt Fender Champ? Yeah, that might work, but no. The other amp that I'm really interested in is the Fender Princeton. Now, I have no experience with Fender Princeton, and I'm gonna find a day. Hi, buddy, you're from Houston. Cool. What you say? What was I saying? Okay, I'm gonna find me a day when I can get down to the music store and try out this bunch of amps that I never tried before. I know what I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna get the deluxe. I will probably get the Fender Twin, which I love, absolutely love. The Princeton is the amp that I'm looking at right now, and the other one, of course, is my absolute favorite, the DeVille, the Hot Rod DeVille, which is just too loud. Once the amp is just too loud, I'm gonna minus it off from my view, from my list. So I'm just stuck with a couple of amps. So I'm gonna find me a day where I can just sit down there and spend like a half a day, a couple of hours, just sitting down and playing with the amps and decide on which one to get. Of course, the other consideration is the size of the amp. I couldn't have it too big because it just doesn't look right. Okay, we have another Italian here, Ugo Palazzo. In Roma. Oh, cool. I love Rome. Oh man, I love the gelato there. Pazzi. What is it called, Pazzi, or what is it? Mamma mia, I forgot. The famous gelato that you have in Rome. What's the brand? I remember it's Pazzi, right? Palazzi? Oh, I don't know. And the tiramisu is really nice. Anyway, I miss Italy. I love Italy. I love the food there. You were watching the A-set special. Ah, cool. Yeah, that's a nice guitar. North of Houston. Oh, cool. Get the twin and Princeton. All right, Roger. You take care. Take care. Brady, originally from Malaysia. Wow. So okay, so you've been staying there. You've been staying in Houston for a long time. Have you tried the blue amp? No, no. Are you the one who sent me? Because I have. Were you the one? I think you were the one who sent me through Facebook. This amp. Is it called a blue amp or is it called Amp One or something like that? It's in Germany. Yeah, it's really hard to get a hold of them. I think that's an interesting concept. Guys, hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. Princeton Reverb Sim on my Fender LT is one of the best clean tones. Sound like it has a squishy compressor. Great in modulations. Really? Okay. That's interesting, Alvin. Because I had the version 3 update just hit for for the Line 6 Helix. So naturally the Line 6 Helix native has the updates too, and it includes the Princeton amp, and I'm in love with that. Yeah, it's a great sound, easy to tweak, and it's just there. Wow, you've been there since 1979. Wow, that's a mighty long time. Cool, buddy. Wow, I hope I can get down there again and probably meet up with you. So if you want me to kind of like bring some stuff over, like char kway teow, satay, that'll be fine. What? Giveaway? I'm trying to get people to give me guitars. Well, we'll see. Well, as the channel grows, yeah. Just in case y'all don't know that we managed to hit 19,000 subscribers for this channel, which I'm really and so stoked about. I want to thank all you guys for your love and support. So who knows? Maybe when the channel grows really big and in this full time, then I could probably cut a deal with some of the guitar manufacturers and suppliers, and maybe do a giveaway on certain days of the year. Predominantly maybe Thanksgiving, not on Black Friday, but maybe on Thanksgiving or maybe on Christmas, stuff like that. Yeah, we'll see. All I need to do is to grow the channel, and as the channel grows, there will be a lot more options. Have I tried Sire guitars? No, I have not, and I really want to. We have a distributor here in Singapore that does Sire guitars. I have yet to communicate with them, so that might happen soon enough. We'll see how it goes. Camilo, what do I think about the Paul Reed Smith SE Custom 22? Never tried. I'm worried about the weight, but I'm in love with it. So if you're in love with it, like I was many a times, I don't know. It's like if you're in love with a guitar by the way it looks, that's the first step. And the second is, if you're really into the sound, then that's just the ultimate step, because the looks, and if it looks good, it sounds good, why wait? So the weight is not a actual problem, because I play on the CST24, and it's not really that heavy. It's no, I just did a review for the GNL, or what you call it, the Tribute Legacy. It weighs 4 kg. That's heavy. 4 kg for a Strat. Because if it's Swamp Ash, and I don't know, probably a different Swamp Ash, because the last one that I reviewed the last G&L Legacy that I reviewed was a Fullerton Deluxe. It didn't weigh that much. It was about 3.6, if I'm mistaken. So the weight is not really a factor. If you're in love with a guitar, that's it. Timothy, I thought it was really cool that you make music with your family. Any plans of doing that? Oh yeah, definitely. The girls have been pestering me about doing a sort of a Christmas thing for this Christmas. You know, we've been like pondering about which song to do. So we'll see. I love to make music with my girls. You know, yeah, just to be with them. You know, it's already joy enough, and to sing and play with them. Yeah, it's great. Who's Jackson Kelly? PRS has good guitarists. Yeah, but somehow, hey, hi Ian. Good to see you, mate. You're falling in love with the P90s. Oh, cool. Yeah, you can talk to Sebastian about that. The other guitarist that was playing with me in the live stream. He was in love with the Yamaha, the P90 guitar. Yeah, he was really into it. Anyway, I was saying, PRS have great guitars. Just that I'm not used to the sound because of the skill light, you know. And somehow, you know, just it doesn't really grab me like some guitars do. Right. Okay, Jackson Kelly. Vaccine for the flu and people still get the flu. Mike, what is this? Okay. We'll see. Okay, all right. You take care, Ian. You have to cook. I hope everything is fine over there. I hope everyone is doing fine. Send my love to your wife and kids, right, Ian? $1.8 kg for the blue amp. That's light. That's relatively light. Vince Bruno, once you get hold of a side guitar, could you please do a quality comparison with Harley Benton's? I have Sire S7 and thinking about grabbing a Harley Benton. Which one are you thinking of grabbing? Which Harley Benton are you thinking of grabbing? How are you guys doing? Alvin and Orion, are you guys doing okay? Seems like really long. It's been a long time since I've spoken to any one of you, to both of you. Oh, sure thing, Ian. You're doing okay? You're doing okay? I understand it. What? Are you still doing your videos? Those are great tunes that you came out with recently, yeah? The HSS Fusion 2. Oh, that's good. The Fusion 2. Are you talking about the okay, the HSS single humbucker. Oh, that's nice. That's not too bad. Comparing that to Sire, I have to see what Sire has to offer because apparently Sire has Larry Carlton there, you know, standing by the brand. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't played on one, so I couldn't honestly tell you that. There you go. Oh, HSH. Alright. Yeah, the HSH got a very unique tone. I have spoken this in my past live stream. For live situation, no, I wouldn't use it. You know, for recording, yes, definitely. For live, I would not use it because I find it just lacks the weight. The HHT Fusion Pro, on the other hand, is a great guitar for live work and for recording at the same time. So you might just want to think about that. I'm still producing. Just released acoustic number written for my. Oh, cool, awesome. I'm going to check that out after this. That's interesting, Ian. Have you seen the guitar that I fallen in love with, the Enya? What do you think? I asked Tom about it. Tom Core. He says, "Go get it. You know, you only live once." Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Okay, see all these things here, right? So, what is this? These are a couple of drives that Davis Guitar has sent for reviews, which I'm gonna do once I clear, or at least half of the guitars that I have in the house. This is an interesting drive that I have been looking forward to. This is an origin effect. It's a compressor built like a tank. I like the packing, you know, it's like really interesting. This is not a compressor, sorry. This is a drive, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Cali 76. Oh, let me take out the. It's brand new actually. Whoa, built like a tank. This thing can probably kill someone. Right? So I'm excited about this. It's pretty cool. Wait, I think this is a compressor. Let me just take a look at this. This is not a drive unit. Yep, it's a compressor. Haha! So I was right the first time. The Cali just threw me. I thought it was a Cali amp, a California amp. Nice. But I don't think this is cheap. Original effects are not cheap. Yep, it's not cheap. It's about $480 Sing, which probably approximately would be about 360 or 70 US for a compressor. Yeah, but hey, man, I've tested enough effects to know that you get what you paid for. So many a times. And like I said, I love the packing. The packing is really cool. Yeah, British company, yeah. Origin Effects. Yeah, I reviewed the distortion or overdrive a couple of videos before, and they were great. I loved it. I love this stuff. Alright, Camilio. Arrivederci, ciao. Hans Rock, best compressor ever. Cool. Hi, Esther. Oh, welcome. Esther is from Singapore. Cute little girl. Or not little anymore, but cute. Isn't it past your bedtime, Esther? It's 2 a.m. Almost 2 a.m. The next one here is, I don't know, what is this? This is like Dunlop MXR. I used to think that MXR was an independent company. I guess they've been bought over by Dunlop somewhere, sometime back. Ooh, it's nice. What in the world is this? No idea what are these pedals. Oh, this is a drive unit. It's an overdrive unit. Pretty. FOD. Interesting pedal. I have a affection for overdrives and distortion pedals and compressor pedals, and particularly the ones that has a boost and a compressor together. I really love these pedals. And if I were to go paddling again, go back to the pedal board, yeah, these are the ones that I would, obviously would be very into it. Like, getting the right effects is so important. Okay, Esther. Thank you for dropping by. I think you're the only female right now in this in this whole live stream. So, Guevara, hey, what's that word? What's that word? Hola, yes, hola. From Mexico, eh? Mexico. Wow, great. Which part of Mexico? So, Bo Diamond, why you chose GNR in your video end up 2019 from Vietnam? Ah, hi Bo, welcome. Why did I chose the GNL? Because it's good. It is a great guitar. Yeah, I've loved GNL guitars since way back, and that was the guitar that. Which one did I feature? Did I feature the Comanche or something like that? Or was it something else? I forgot, because I've gotten quite a lot of GNLs. Yeah. This is another guitar. This is another effect that I think is pretty interesting. I'm not gonna break it. Should I break it up? Such a pity to break it up. Okay, I'm gonna do it really carefully if I can. This is another drive unit called Green Day. I hope there is no affiliation with the group. Do I sound like Green Day? Well, I can't possibly do that without tearing it, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Okay. Cute, huh? It's got this mini unicorn there. It's Green Day. It's a drive unit. Interesting. Well, talk is cheap. We can show you all these effects the whole day around, but all you want to do is to hear how it sounds like, and that would take a real a solid video representation of it to kind of understand how this whole thing works and how it sounds, and whether it will earn a place in your pedalboard. Ah, thank you, Esther. Yeah, that would do really well. That would buy me breakfast also. My bak chor mee, my mincemeat noodles. Thank you, Esther. Yeah, like what Esther just done, you can actually buy me coffee if you want by hitting the what is this? What is that you're hitting? The super chat and super sticker, right? If you want to buy me coffee, that is. You want to see a grown man cry for the lack of coffee, then yeah, fine. Yeah. Good stuff from Davis. And this is not the end. A couple of guitars behind that I haven't shown you yet, which I will later on as we go along. So you guys, any more questions? Yes, and hit the like button. Wow, see, Esther is so good. Oh, Ciudad. Is that how you pronounce it? Ciudad? Ciudad de Mexico? City of Tacos. But you have a very Jewish name, Saul Rivera, right? That's interesting. Thank you, Esther. So sweet. Any more questions? Oh, thank you, Grassy. Thank you, Vince. Thank you so much. Dennis split. What is this? Guitar dub. Buddy, how did I get into this business? I don't know. Ha! Jovi! Okay, my good friend Jovi is here. So, Jovi is a fantastic engineer, sound engineer that I always work with. He did a couple of tours with me when I was doing show all over Asia, as well as I think there are some shows that we did overseas in the States. Not sure which one, but yeah, a great friend. So I'm so stoked to see him here. Hi Jovi, 你好吗？为什么这么迟你还没睡觉？不好哎。Alright, so how did I get into the business? Oh, see you, Dad. Okay. It's a long story. It's really a long story. So if you want to know about it, you can watch a video which I did, I think sometime last year, about how I found my faith in God. But don't take it as just a Christian thing, because basically that video explains how I got into the music business and how I started as a band member and playing clubs, and how I kind of like progressed through my career, how I became a session musician and then arranger and then a producer and songwriter and on it goes. But in every step of the way, it was totally dependent on my God, who loves me and who loves you too. So yeah, take a look at that video. So if you want to know more, buddy, just let me know and I'll put a link down right here, so you can just click on it and save it as the history, or something else that you can watch later on. Saul, I would love to know how you manage your So what happened was, it's really uncanny, because nobody knows that nobody would ever guess that this pandemic would happen. And I started doing a YouTube channel. This YouTube channel 2 years back. I just wanted to do it because I just wanted to help out young budding musicians who may have questions and may not know how to find answers to their questions, and like, and to introduce, like, guitars or whatever I can introduce, like, stuff, and just talk about music. Basically a channel for musicians, and at the same time to kind of like let people know about what a musician is, what a musician's life is all about, on the get-go, because I'm still not retired yet. I'm still a working musician. So I was toying with the idea of making a YouTube channel out of it, and which I did. I started out really simple. I had it all shot with a phone, and not a very good phone at that. But I got by because I had good interface and all that, because I was using the interface for my production anyway. So as far as audio is concerned, I had it nailed. But the visual needs a little bit of working, which I subsequently did as the channel grew. That was what I wanted to do, right? And it kept me really busy, because I was doing concerts, I was doing shows, my production work, and at the same time I had to kind of like juggle the time between that and the video production. And then the pandemic happened, and the pandemic happened right in the middle of a thank you, Thomas. That's lunch, dinner, and the next day breakfast. Thomas is a good friend of mine, so yeah, thank you, Tom. So where was I? Yeah, so the pandemic happened, and wow, look, everybody's like, in a stalemate, because there's no gigs to play. All the tour dates were all canceled because of the pandemic, and I don't know where a lot of musicians were just stuck in a lurch, like, what are we gonna do? But I had things to do, because I had the YouTube channel, and at the same time, the shops that I have relationships with in Singapore, they are suffering the same effect, like, customers are not coming in. and we work a deal out so that just send me guitars to review, and at the same time I'm doing like reviews of guitars for my channel. At the same time, it's a promotion to the guitars that is available in the shops. So it worked out both ways, and I got myself like really busy all the time for the past 7 months, right, or 8 months. And in between, I guess somewhere in June or July, we started doing live stream concerts, and that was good. And there was still production going on, so I was playing a little bit of sessions here and there and doing some arrangements. And it's all good. God provided me with the work that I needed. That's it. That's how I got by. I hope that answers your question. Alvin, what do I think of Orange amp as opposed to the Apple amps? No, I haven't tried the Orange amps, so I wouldn't know. Which guitar will you be getting? Hope my wife is not here. Okay, I might be getting the end year. It's like 75% right now as of this moment. Like pro getting it. Yeah. I just thought it's a great guitar. There's certain things that I cannot translate to you or through the video reviews that I do. You have to like, kind of feel it, like having the guitar in your hand and playing it to know that, dude, this guitar kick ass. This guitar is really made for you. And that is one guitar that does that to me. Now, in terms of sound, you hi David, you can't possibly compare that to say a Martin, like my D35. My D35 is a dreadnought, so it's not a dreadnought; it's an OM size. So the D35 has a bigger sound, and of course the Martin has its own kind of timbre to it. But this Angier is something else. It's a relatively new brand. Angier used to do like Christopher is here. So the gangs are here, okay. Angier used to do ukuleles, and they're really successful at that. And just recently, about a couple of months ago, they released this T10 series. They have the T10, the T10S, which is different, less abalone, less bling, thicker spruce instead of Argendac. Top for the T10s, which was the one that I'm aiming at. Mine is an OM, so it's a T10 OM. You have a T10 Dreadnought, you have a T10S Dreadnought, and a T10S OM. And these are the latest range that they have released, and a lot of them are all out of stock. Even at their website, you can find any piece available because they are that good. I had my apprehension at first because, when I first opened up the case and I took it out, I thought that it's like a Japanese-made guitar because I had it confused with the other Japanese brand name, what's that, Headway. Similar kind of looking logo with eagles, but very different because the directions, the direction that they're flying in is maybe different. I don't know. I didn't take a closer look at it, but I thought it was a Japanese guitar, Japanese-made guitar. Even have the accessories that was there. You know what? Just hang on. I'm gonna bring the guitar in and. You'll be the judge. Almost give me $30. So this case, it looks like a cello case. I used to travel with a cellist, and she used to carry this nice case that I really like. It's made of fiberglass, and this is the same kind of case that it has. I was looking at these buckles, and I thought, what in the world are these buckles for? They actually gave you a strap to kind of like backpack this. So it's pretty cool. Right? So the case itself is like a great entrance. A great intro to a great guitar. And when I first opened up this case, there is this aroma that comes out. It's probably because of the finish, the Adirondack, or even the spruce. and it also has a pick guard, which is optional. You can just stick it on if you want to, or just leave it as it is, which I kind of prefer it looking the way it is. On first glance, it looks like a D45 or a D42. Oh, one of the D40s, the OM size. So the straps and other stuff like a humidifier. Crazy. Yeah, the whole kit here. And this is the one that got me thinking that it was a Japanese made guitar, because the headway guitars have this as a Allen key truss rod adjuster, you know. So I thought this was like headway Japanese made guitar, but it's not. It's Chinese made. Now, don't be thinking like, okay, it's a China made guitar, cheap stuff. No, this is a high end guitar. Annier has recently took over this factory. They used to make Farida guitars, and some of you might hold on. Some of you might heard of Farida guitars. They are really high-end guitars, and they recently acquired this factory, so they are making this right now. Well, this is through a deity mic, right? I forgot how to play that. Tonight. No, I'm not gonna do that. So, for me, why I like this guitar so much is because of the fret, the action. You know, I'm able to like pull off little. And I'm thinking like, I'm suspecting that this is strung with 13s, because I'm so used to my D35, which was strung with with 13, so it feels like a D30. I mean, it feels like a 13 gauge, even though this is like a Elixir strings, and it's great. Ebony pins. These are what you call that? What is this? This is fretboard. What did I say? Ebony fretboard, right? If I'm not mistaken. Ebony fretboard, ebony bridge, or mahogany neck, one-piece mahogany neck. You know, this is pretty awesome. East Indian rosewood back, Adirondack spruce top. Yeah, bling 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 all the way. Crazy. And yes, you're right, Esther. I do not have a OM, and that's why I'm eyeing this guitar, because I have all the dreadnoughts. You know, my 510s from Taylor, my D35s from Martin, and I do not have an OM. And when I played this, and I played a couple of OMs before. You know, I played the, well, I actually have a D28 OM outside. Or is that, no, that's a D28 Modern Deluxe outside. You know, and I have another parlor guitar from Maestro outside too. Sweet sounding guitar, but this is something that I just find is really comfortable, and the price, that's the killer part, right? So anyway, I'm not gonna go too far in that. This is what I'm aiming at. Okay. Hey, thank you, David. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris, for the coffee. Thank you, guys. Again, Thomas, thank you. Thank you, Vince. Thank you, Esther. Does a parlor feel too small for your liking? Yes, a parlor would suit a girl like you, a sweet little girl like you. My daughter, Sarah, was playing it this afternoon, and I thought, yeah, and she loves it. She loves it. She's probably not too used to the fretboard. But yeah, she likes it. She likes how it sounds like, and it feels comfortable. The thing about acoustic guitars is that I know I'm talking to a whole lot of North Americans here. You guys have big hands, and when I was playing the what you call it, the D18, sorry, the D28, all right, the D28, which is outside, which I might bring in later on. The fret, the nut width is like, whoa, it's really huge compared to this. This is like 43.5 mm. And it's comfortable for Asian hands. Like I do have Asian hands. I'm Asian anyway, but my fingers are pretty long, and it's really comfortable for me. I don't see myself stretching a lot. Like sometimes when I'm playing my D35, D35 is still okay. I find it's really comfortable for me. But if I'm playing any more wider than that, you tend to stretch your hands a little bit more, and that gets a little bit tiring. And that's one of the reasons why I love my 510s, my Taylor 510s. Because the Taylor 510s have a 43.5 or 43 nut width, which is ideal for Asian hands. All right. Any more questions? If not, I'm going to keep this guitar first before I knock it about. Which I don't want because I haven't decided on getting it. I believe so. Yeah, they're the guy who founded this company is a young Chinese guy. He's a guitarist. So he's what you call it? He's really interested in the Asian market, and that's why I guess they kind of like got Davis to distribute for them right now at the moment. Interesting. I heard a lot of stuff because yeah, it's. I did a couple of investigation into Enya, and there's certain things I found out, which is really interesting. Okay, David asks, it's a wonderful guitar with a super buy. My problem is I can't have all the ones that I want, at least not as a happily married man. You know what, David? I have the same problem. I was about to pull the trigger on this because normally guitars like this don't escape me often. I would just pull the trigger and just get on by. But this time around, the wife has things to say, so I have to kind of like, okay, respect her for a while, and yeah, no, you don't need another guitar. You have enough guitars. I said, but darling, look at the inlays, the abalone. No, you can't eat abalone from them. You can't eat anything from there. No, you have too much guitars. You can call it any way you want. Like, yeah, I could say that, oh, it's an OM. I never have an OM. You have too much guitars. You don't need other guitars. But we'll see. Anyway, to answer your question, Elon Russell, have you fixed the buzz on the CLG 650? Yes, I did, and I'm going to tell you how. Okay, I'm going to put this back for a while. This is something that I think I should share with you guys. What Elon was talking about was this guitar. It's about this guitar. I love this guitar, but I had a problem with it because it was buzzing. It's all soft right now. There's no buzzing anywhere. So at certain registers, I hear the buzz, especially on the B string and the E string. Sounds okay right now. What I suspected, I actually called Wayne and kind of asked him and pick his mind about what would cost a fret buzz. It's a good thing I bought this tool months back, I think somewhere early last year. It's called a rocker. What it does is that it's a flat thing, right? So you just have to lay it across your fret, your fretboard, and if any one of the frets is like too high, you would rock it. You'll be able to rock it. I checked everything. Now it's all flat because I've done something to it. So as you go around the fret, and then as you go up to the higher, you have to choose like 3 frets in 3 frets in one. So if the higher one is in the middle one is too high, then you will have this tendency to rock. But if everything is like flush, then there's no rocking. That's the principle. So as you go up, you can kind of like shorten the length. Right? You can just do this. In fact, I can show you right now. There's one fret that's a bit too high. This one, just a touch. So I can tell that this fret here is a bit too high. But it's not affecting my notes at the low register, so I'm just kind of giving it a miss. So what you do is when you find out that if this, say the 5th fret is the one that is a culprit, then all you need to do is to get a tool. It's all about the tools, it's all about just a plastic or a rubber tip hammer, and loosen the strings, find the culprit, right, and check, right, so whether is it rocking just on the upper register or throughout. If it's throughout, then just give it a tap. Sometimes you need to give it a good whack. So there are times when tapping is just not good enough. So you might just have to give it a good whack, but be careful where you're hitting it, because don't hit it and don't break your neck. The guitar neck, I mean. So just do that and then move on to the rest of the fret. And if it's all fine, then it's all fine. Then you're cool. Yeah, it's pretty simple. The action for this is still too low for my liking. So I don't know if I would decide to still use this guitar, which now I might not because I have my eye on the end here. I was thinking of using this as a stage guitar, but now the other guitar looks mighty promising, so I don't know. Yeah. So I hope you guys learned something from this. The tools that I've ordered are available from anywhere from Amazon to Taobao, or to AliExpress. You can get this at cheap, real cheap. Doesn't really cost a lot, but it's really useful if you know how to use them. It's really useful for maintenance work. I do a whole lot of self maintenance. Like you see this little thing. These are like from if you buy pickups from the store, and they sell you pickup with the boxes and everything to wrap the pickups. And these are really useful in so many situations. All right, which I won't tell you. Like for example, the battery compartment. Sometimes battery compartments can be really loose, and then when you're jumping around, it might just wobble a little bit. These are the ones that kind of like keep everything in place so it doesn't wobble. And then the other one will be the pickup height. All right. Sometimes you find that there's only so much you can adjust your pickup height. So having a sponge or two lying around might just help. Right. I hope that answers your question, Elion. Get it. You can always flip it. Yeah, that's what people say. Yeah, all right, Chris. Cool, nice. Is that a carbon fiber? Yes, that's a carbon fiber. And I'm gonna show it to you soon. David, she must have been talking to my wife. Exactly what she said. It's a universal wife thing. I hope she's not outside, but one of the arguments that she has for me is, okay, you're gonna buy a guitar, fine, but I'm gonna buy the Gucci bag that I'm eyeing. And then I would go like, but your Gucci bag doesn't earn any money, darling. My guitar does. A couple of sessions and I earn it back, and I can use it for my live gig. So it's part of my tools, So you can't possibly compare that to your Gucci bag, which will not earn money. Good argument, right? Until she pulls up the trump card, pardon the pun, But she pulls out the card and says, "But I deserve it." Go figure on how to answer that, and let me know. David, I'm talking to you, David. Okay, so this is the year. I'm not gotten the model down yet, but I know it's a carbon fiber guitar. But what I'm impressed about is the offering that this bag has. It's like a book cover. Imagine this, a book cover for a bag. And then I have this. I have no idea what is this. This is like, what in the world is this? Oh, cables. Free cable. Cool. So it comes with a free cable. Well done. And this whole big tool bag. Some more things underneath. I don't know what in the world is this. Anyway, what do they have in here? Like okay, so there are some kits for cleaning. It's all in boxes. I don't know what this. Oh, whoa! We have a notepad. No, rather instruction manual in Chinese and in English. Alright, so not instruction manual. I think it's a catalog. Oh, this. Oh, it comes with a strap. Check that out. Right? Comes with a cable, strap, cleaning kit. What is this? Oh no, a capo. Cool. Anya actually does their own capo, so that's pretty interesting. See that? And these are good capos. These are not like the flimsy ones. These are real well made. I'm impressed. So much things. So much fringe benefits. You know what? I'm starting to be really impressed by this company. I truly am. It's like, I don't see this happening with our Taylor guitars or Martin, where they put all this stuff. Okay, truss rod, even picks. They even give you picks. Crazy. So now the challenge is to put everything back together. Well, I'm gonna do that. Must be a way. No. Okay. I wonder whether I failed my IQ test when I was younger. You know how they do those IQ tests where you got to like put in all the triangles and fit in things and trying to solve little puzzles. Like, I probably passed it with flying colors anyway. Anywho, so this is just the what you call it, accessories that this guitar comes with. Okay, let's get down to the guitar itself. Woo! Now the gig bag is not really a hard foam gig bag. It's relatively, it's a nice looking gig bag. Offers certain protection, not for any hard knocks. All right. So what model is this? This is the X2 Pro. I believe all these are fiberglass. Did I say carbon? Interesting. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is a spruce top. How does it sound? Ugo Palazzo, yes, that's a VC15. Yes. Hi Yeti Matsi. Welcome. The neck is very different from the end year. It's end year from the T10. This neck is very different from the T10. Not bad, but very different. Like most carbon fiber guitars, acoustically it's very different. I'm not going to say lacking, but it's very different. But they have electronics here, so this is their own proprietary pickup system, which I have no experience with. So we're just gonna have to wait until the review. But on first look, I'm pretty impressed with the workmanship. This is a real well-made guitar. Yeah, really well-made and easy to kind of play. It sounds like you could pick. It's very bright sounding, probably because of the Elixir strings. What do you think? Wait for the review. I won't draw any conclusions until after the review. Hi Ross McLean. Welcome. First time I'm seeing you here. Am I? Thank you. Okay. Yes, Ugo. Ugo Palazzo, yes. And OM is much better to kind of like play on the couch, anywhere that you want, especially when you're writing a song, David asking the women, they you buy them whatever they desire. It always comes out to be less than I spend in any way. you thought, right? So, well, it depends on the taste of the women that you're with. There's some women with really expensive taste. Thank God I have a wife that that's not like that. I've seen some women with really expensive taste. P. Jackson, hi. You're the man. The preamp on this is very interesting. Comes with inbuilt chorus delay. Oh, really? Okay. Thank you, Esther, for spoiling the surprise. But at least I know, what it's capable of. Well, we'll see how it goes. Elon Russo, the cutaway is weird looking, yet sounds okay. Plus to me, plus to me, what the name of that guitar? Enyer. What's the song? Fly away, or is it something like that? Nah, that's Enyer the singer. Which reminds me, Mr. O'Rourke, are you here lurking somewhere, Ronnie? Because he's the one. Anyway, was that David asking? My problem is I'm retired, no excuses. I do sell some guitars, but usually keep them. If you keep on them, they will give in. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to sell one to get one. Yeah, that's the general consensus that Thomas, my good friend Thomas is probably in bed right now, unless he's still hanging around. He's an advocate of that, and we all share the same problem. Had to sell one to get one. In my case, I don't know, because I'm not willing to. There he is! O'Rourke, sail away. I knew he was lurking somewhere. So he was the one who called my attention to Enyer the singer. They go, oh yeah, I remember this song. Anyway, Yeah, so we share the same predicament. But in my case, I have no guitars to sell because I love all my guitars, and these guitars that I have, they are keepers. Well, maybe the Harley Benton. One day, I might just sell it if I'm not using it. If I'm buying that one, the one in the white case, yeah, this will probably be redundant. It's a great guitar. The T10 Series, I have no problem with this guitar. It plays really well right now. The electronics, top notch. For the Harley Benton, right? But this is not a cheap Harley Benton. This Harley Benton will set you back about $600 Singapore dollars. So it's about what 400 or 450 US. It's not really a cheap guitar. It's an affordable guitar. It's a good guitar, basically. So it's the CLD 41. Still like the guitar. I don't know. So we'll figure it out. Hi, Brain Shredder from Portugal. Oh, Portugal. Oh, man. All my guitars are keepers because no one else will have them. You try me. I believe, Ronnie, you have some great guitars lying on somewhere. Right. Mike. Hey, Mike. What's my favorite guitar amp? My favorite guitar amp is either the Fender Twin Reverb or the Fender DeVille. Yeah. The Fender DeVille. Hot Rod DeVille. Those are my favorite amps, but they're really loud amps, which I can't have them here. So I was talking earlier on about getting a Fender Reverb. They have this other model, which is actually a non-tube amp. It's actually a simulation of the Fender Reverb, but in a good way. So I can actually crank it down from 85 watts to 1 watt with the back antenator, as well as a speaker out, a speaker sim out from this XLR out, which is really, really useful for recording at home. So that's something that I'm looking at right now in the moment. A street called Strat. Yay. Hi, Jonathan. Love your playing style. Do you prefer going to an amp or going direct? Oh, no, it's not direct at all. I used to love playing through amps. In fact, I love amps. Amps have a special place in my heart, but certain kind of amps. Yes, Mike, you're right. You love Fender amps. Me too. I love Fender and Marshall amps because these are the only amps that I was given exposure to. I'm sure there are many great amps out there like the Mesa Boogies and whatnots, but the problem with amps is that certain backline suppliers don't have them. Like if I'm going on a tour, and when we go touring, we go like say multiple cities at one time, and not every county or every state has that backline equipment that you requested for in the rider. You might request for a twin reverb. They don't have a twin reverb, so they're going to give you a substitute, maybe a Fender Deluxe or Princeton or Bruce Jr. God forbid, but it's not going to be the same, and you're going to be utterly disappointed, and it just affects you psychologically when you head up to the stage for sound check and you go like, what is this puny little amp doing here? This one time, I toured with the JCM 800s, the Marshall, which I love because it was a big gig, and I need a real loud amp, and it was fine for the for the couple of shows. And there's one show we did somewhere in the back country of China, where they don't have Marshalls, and they gave me a small little Roland amp, and I and then they broke down and cried, but I didn't. So I made my grievances known to the promoter, and they somehow got me a better amp. They got me a twin reverb. It works. So after like years of doing this, and when the time came when I discovered the Line 6 stuff, and I'm going like, wow, this Line 6 amp and speaker simulations are really top notch, especially on the Helix. I decided not to depend on amps anymore. And if you've been to places that I've been, we play in snow, we play in rain, torrential rain. I play in the number 8 Typhoon. Yeah, I'll tell you a story later on about that. But I play in all sorts of conditions, except desert storms, except maybe tornadoes. But typhoon, I guess, is pretty near to a tornado or a flood. And the instruments will just break down because even before anything, before the show, because when you're setting up the show, the instruments are on stage and the rain will hit, and all you need to have is just a little bit of moisture, and your amp is gone. It will just blow. And most of these guys, they don't bring in additional tubes or any additional parts where you can repair them on the fly. So, and they'll probably bring another amp, which is not the same amp, and then it's gonna screw you up big time, again, psychologically. So, well, half of these things is like you have to be in a mental state to prepare for the concert. Until today, I get all key up when I'm going on stage because I want to make sure that everything is where I want it to be, and that's why we have to go for sound checks. And I know there are musicians who hate sound check because it's just a waste of time. But for me, I want to go for sound check. I want to go for some run through of the songs, not a full rehearsal, because I want to know where everything is when I'm on stage on the night of the show, where I'm going to spend like 2-3 hours on stage. I want to know what works and what doesn't work, and what to take note of. Like I have 2 guitars on me on stage, and the electric and the acoustic, and how am I going to switch with these both guitars, and the equipment that I have is the power supply okay? Are the wires are being a nuisance to my movement on stage? Where can I jump? Where can I jump? Where I cannot jump? How do I go out to the front? To interact with the singer. All these things I have to prepare. So I'm a sucker for that. So I'm a stickler for preparation. So psychologically, I want everything to be where I think it would be, so that I won't be caught by surprise. And so far, the Helix have worked because there's no such thing as an amp breakdown or a speaker being blown, nothing like that. So it's cool. And the engineers love me because I'm really soft on stage. There's no amps blaring out. Yeah, so it worked. It takes a bit of getting used to hearing yourself on the IEMs and getting used to what you're hearing, as opposed to floor monitors and mic out amplifiers. So it just takes a bit of getting used to. But I'm cool with it. I like the convenience of it. So I hope that answers your question. A street call Strat. Hi Rip. Welcome. Chris, the carbon fiber guitar has a very fast attack. I believe so. Yep. BB Sony. Do you have some expensive guitar that say above $3,000? Yeah, my Martin D35. But don't rob me because there's only that guitar. The rest of them is like sub US 2000. I mean sometimes way below that. I don't believe are in too expensive a guitar because guitar is meant to be played, meant to be performed with. And that's a bummer about my D35, because my D35 at that price, I would not tour with it. Never tour with it. I would just use it for my recording here in the studio, and maybe I'll just take it out for a session in another studio. But that's about it. I'm not going to tour with that guitar ever because I don't want to have a scratch on it. It's my heirloom for my kids. Yeah. And that's the price you pay for getting an expensive guitar. Like heaven forbid that if I were to buy a $16,000 D45, what would make you think that I would tour with that guitar? No way, unless I'm a multi-platinum artist with tons of money to spare. Yeah, probably I'll tour with them. With D45, like David Crosby of CCNR. He does that, but not me. Sadly, not me. Yep. James Whitford. Okay, what do you think of the Fender Tone Master? Yeah, that's the one, Tone Master. So that's the one that I'm talking about, James. For a time I forgot what is it called. It's called the Tone Master. So basically, it's a digital clone of the Twin Reverb. And the best part of it is that with the attenuator, you can kind of like cut down from 85 to 1 watt. That's a whole lot of range. Or you can just click through the ranges, and then the XLR out is with the speaker simulation with the choice of 2 mics, ribbon mic and a condenser mic, and everything is the same. The controls, the mid, the bright, everything is there. So it's basically a Fender Reverb, with the options of playing real soft or even playing without any volume at all, because you can always use the XLR out into your interface and play through headphones and you won't disturb your neighbors. Yep, that's always a good thing. Although I don't really believe in that. I believe in blasting my amp sometimes, right? Good. So amps. So the twin reverb is your favorite too. Cool. Like I said, Rip, with the question was supposed to be earlier on, I have no experience with some of these amps that like the orange amps or the Tonewood amps, because I haven't had a chance to try them out yet. T Jackson, I love my Digitech GSP 101 and my RP. What's that? RP 1000. They have amazing tones and are very underrated. I would believe so. Yes, I've heard good stuff about Digitech. Although back in the mid 90s, they did not have a good rap at that time. But I guess things have improved. They should. So yeah, I've been hearing good things about Digitech stuff. Although I have no chance to kind of review any of their stuff. Right? Doc Wi-Fi. Have you worked on any hit Mandarin songs you may have heard? Lots of it. Some I don't even know the title because, in contrary to what you think, even though I'm Chinese, I'm Singaporean Chinese, I've failed Chinese since I started Chinese. Every year I have like 0 for my Chinese. I cannot write Chinese except my name. Can't read except certain words. And then I can speak lingo, but as far as writing lyrics, no. So what I did for the Chinese market back then was I wrote a lot of hit songs, but they were mostly melodies, and then they would contract a lyric writer to do the lyrics, and that's how it worked. So for me, it's not really a good thing because my royalties will be 100%. It will be shared by the lyric writer, but that's the way it is, right? In contrast to guys who are in the Western music industry, they can just write their own song and their own lyrics, and they get 100% of the royalties. And to tell you something about these experiences of songwriting, there are times when there'll be a certain song that I write, and I'll be doing the arrangement. So I would do the arrangement, and the singers, the producers would be here, and then, or rather, I would be doing the guitar dubs, right, for the song. The producer would be in Taiwan, and this producer gave me a call and says, "Hey, Jonathan, can I change this line a little bit because it flows better?" Now, if I were to say, and being a real nice guy, if I would say, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Guess what happened? The royalty will be split 3 ways, because it's going to make a claim on the song, and that's how it works. It's a cutthroat business back then. So I knew better, so I said no. It's either use that song as it was written, or don't use it at all. I'm a hard ass back then, still am. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. But if you were to look and search, you can probably search my Chinese name, which is Xu Huaqiang, 许多的许，华人的华，强壮的强. So yeah, do a search. Alan, how are you, Alan? Are you late? No, you're not late. I thought I was late. I know it's winter. Yeah, love winter. Is it snowing yet in Chester? See something. Have you ever seen the 4-way switches available for tallies? Yeah. I know. That's a great question. I was thinking of putting this into one of my tallies. But now I'm deciding on which tally to put on, because I could probably do it on my ASAT, which again I do not want to because I like the configuration. Then I was thinking of putting it in my Harley Benton back paisley, which will work. I'm sure it will work. But I'm thinking of converting that back paisley tally, to a slide guitar, meaning I will raise the action up a little bit more, so I can play comfortably with my slide. But if that's the case, then yeah, it might just work with the forward switch. I don't know. It's always good to have a sort of a humbucker option going on. Mike, what advice would I give to young folks wanting to get into the business? Hi, Mark. Started to snow in North Wales. Cool. How cold is it right now? Okay, coming back to you, Mike. Tenacity. That's what I would advise you to have a big dosage of. You have to be tenacious in this business. That means putting on a brave front. I know it gets really challenging many times because we're involved in the creative business, and most creative people have they put on a hard shell, but inside they're really mushy. And you have to be mushy in order to write great songs, especially love songs. You have to be some sort of emotional person, and that's why a lot of musicians get taken for a ride, more than a few. But be tenacious about what you're doing and believing in what you're doing. That's the number one thing. Because if you ever doubt the songs that you've written are good enough, then that's it. If you ever doubt that, you have to be of a certain nature where when you write a song. I'm not talking about being cocky. I'm talking about being really confident of the song that you wrote. It's like when I'm doing my videos, for example. When I'm playing all these things, these are all like impromptu jams, right? I don't have like hours of preparation. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this and spend days in writing the melody. No, it's all impromptu. But the reason why I'm able to do that is because I was confident to do it. I was confident in my skill level, whatever level you want to put it, which I don't think is really that high anyway. So I have confidence in that skill level that I have to pull it off on each and every video that I make. But if you're a musician who ever doubted that, okay, this song that I just written, maybe it's not too good, then whenever you have doubt, then you might just want to take a good look at yourself and your songs and maybe try to find out what is wrong. So I guess the best advice I could give to young folks wanting to get into business is to be really be a real hardcore self-critic. You got to be your worst critic. You have to be like, scrutinizing every piece of work that you've done, that you will do in future, and maybe do a song, write a song, do arrangement, play a guitar solo, and scrutinize it and say, no, this is not good enough. Be the perfectionist, right? There's this saying that the devil is in the details. No, God is always in the details. So I believe when God gave me this gift, He doesn't want me to kind of like flaunt it and not being able to do it in the best possible way. I'm not saying that God wants me to be a perfectionist, which He is, but I'm not God. So there are times when I will fail, but I believe that I can do 100% in trying. So I do the best that I can, and all of us are human. We are not Jesus Christ. We will fail some way or another. Like, there'll be times when I will be like learning this solo and trying to perfect it, and trying to get it note for note. And then when the show time comes, I manage to screw up one note or two, and it will be, oh man. And there are times in the studio here when I'm doing sessions, when I would do like a guitar part, which is sometimes I conjure up the worst parts ever. But I just thought it makes sense with that piece of music. So, and it took me a long time to get that right, and I'll be so frustrated, But it pays off in the end, because in the end, when I managed to wing it, and then you look and you listen at the end product, you go like, wow, I did it. That really sounds great. So that's the joy of making music, and that's also the challenge of making good music. Because if you are not your own worst critic, you will not go far, because you have friends around you, friends who love you, friends who want to support you, but may not know music. And they will go like, well done, John, that was a killer solo. But in your heart that on the fourth bar you screw up, on the seventh bar you screw up big time. But they don't know, because they hear this thing and they're seeing their best friend on stage, and you go, wow, well done, you done well. And I see this happening in church all the time. Okay, that's another subject which I wouldn't touch. But you get friends and encouragers by your side who will say the darnest thing, the best things that you can want to hear. But when someone comes to you and say, "Hey, that was a great solo, but on the 7 bar, you know, you kind of screw up back there, did you?" And if you're riding on that tide of self-appreciation, which all the rest of them are giving to you, you would probably not accept that. You would like, you know, take offense to that. No, then it was great. Everyone says it is great. Why can't you? Right? So this happens to a lot of musicians that I know. But for me, from the get-go, I'm always scrutinizing myself to the highest degree possible. Well, there are times when I kind of like relax a little bit and try to be more humane to myself. But most of the time, no. I want a certain sound. I want it to sound the way that I want it to sound, even on my arrangements and my production. And that's the highest standard attainable, and that's the way it should be. So that's my advice to them. Don't. That's right, Hikaru. That's a good way of putting it. Don't be too hard on yourself, but push yourself hard. Yep. 1 degree. Oh my good lord. That's okay. That's nice. Frosty, yeah. Hope you have a good fire going, Alan. Okay, let's get down to the electric guitars. I have 2 here. Interesting guitars. These all come with a hard case, but for convenience, they decided to send me with the soft cases, which are really nice soft cases, really nice and compact. I don't know what brands are these. What does it say? What? Buckos? Is that how you pronounce it? Balkas? Nice case. I mean, they are really like thin, but compact. Oh, look at that color. Okay, so Schecter, this roasted maple neck. This from Sun Valley, California. This is the Dick Johnston Strat, single. Is it? I think so. What guitar is this? I think it's the Dick Johnston, but might not be, but it's a Schecter guitar. Single. Yeah, that's it. 5-way switch, nice tremolo arm. It looks almost like the Nick Johnston guitar. I like this color. This color is so mesmerizing. Nice, hey? And roasted maple neck. This is a nice guitar. Wait, is this made in the States or? Okay, this is Indonesian. I have no idea what is it called. Anyway, it's an IW20070. Oh, that's a serial number. Nice, nice hardware. So this is an Indonesian Schecter. This almost looked like a Nick Schecter, a Nick Johnston guitar. Lock-in tuners, roasted maple neck and fingerboard. I wonder what single coils are this, but this guitar looks great. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. I like the body. I like this shade of puke orange. I like the shade. This is like so attractive. I'm really loving this. You gotta see it up close to know, you know. Okay, up close. With the lights and all, it sounds. I mean, it sounds like it kind of look really bright, but it's not. Nice. Okay. Next guitar. If I'm not mistaken, this next guitar is very interesting. Look at the back. Right? Check out the back. But then, woohoo! Look at that design. So what is this? This is a Schecter too, but it's called. Ooh, it's got a demonic thing going. It's called Omen. Well, not really demonic. Have you seen the movie Omen? Omen 1 and 2. I think the first one was with Gregory Peck. This is Omen Elite. Right? With 2 humbuckers. No, that's not a split call. Oops. No, there's no split call. Interestingly, this is a 5-way switch. So we're gonna have the same configuration that we always talk about, like in some Imparo and series, and to give you the quack. No, this is a hardtail, no tremolo arm. Interesting. I like the back. Okay, so this is also made in Indonesia. Right, Indonesian made guitar. No locking tuners. This is just straight rock and roll metal guitar, I guess. Nice. Yeah, I look forward to reviewing this soon. So if you want me to pull out the parlor guitar that you saw me posting, let me know. Then I'll go and make a trip to the hall to put it out. If not, then I'm just gonna stay here and get cozy with y'all. But seriously, these are nice bags. Oh no. How many guitars do I have in my collection? Too much, my wife would say. Too much. Or enough. She always say that. You have enough guitars. Oh really? So you would know, Alan. Eh? They look good. Was a bit uncomfortable with the name. You know, Schecter is always heading for the aiming for the metal market. So you get all sort of weird names like Banshee and GT1000 XC Wave XC Waxy. That's a nice name for YouTube. No, I have not tried a GT1000. Hickaroar. How many is enough? Just one more. Just one more. Just one more, guy. Just one more. What's that? What's that movie? Hacksaw Ridge. Atomic Orange, Nick Johnson, Schecter. You're the man, David. Yes, that's absolutely right. Yeah, that is the Nick Johnson. So I was correct. Wait, I missed out some questions here. Mark one, how are you? Philip McKnight is really high on Schecter really lately. Oh, really? Cool. But have you tried? Okay, that's about it. It's the same. Does it love that neck? Okay, it's nice. And what's that? Orion. So I missed a question. So do I miss playing arenas? Yes, I do. I used to have a whole lot of fun in the earlier days when the show was more like with a band. So playing in big arenas is always fun with the band because we get to run around doing all sorts of nonsense. But then it gets really orchestrated after a while, and then the band is like an ornament. And we can't really do the wild things that we used to do except on certain songs. Yeah, big arenas has its challenges because stage is big, so the monitors and everything has to be down the right way, That's about it. Other than that, everything is the same songs. Yeah, but I really like playing in a sort of a theater size, not a big arena, theater size. I miss that because of the close proximity with the musicians and the singers, and I find that that's more personal for me as a musician. Yeah, I miss that actually. Hikaru, where you from, Hikaru? This is the first time I'm seeing you. You look like an interesting fella, but where you from, Hikaru? Ugo Palazzo, yes. Puka Orange. Right. I'm what? I'm the one with the cut. Ah, so you're the one. Okay, so have you managed to settle it? Mike, I love EMG pickups. Nice guitars. The orange one is like an orange crimson. Yes, crimsicle. Yeah, it's nice. It's yeah, like a it's one of those popsicles that the ice creams that we used to have when we were young. Hi CC, how are you? Great of you to join. Esther, do you like that? You like that guitar? Looks good, huh? Okay, I'm gonna bring the parlor in. So give me a second. Hi, Josh. Talk among yourself. Do whatever. I'm gonna get these guitars out. Ugh. Be back in a jiffy. Oh no, Bruce is falling. So, instead of getting the parlor in, I didn't want to disturb the old lady, the wife, because she's sleeping right now. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning. So I decided to pull out this Martin. Smell of this guitar, the spruce, and I detect a scent of vanilla in the case. So nice. Anyway, this is the Modern Deluxe D18 OM. Woohoo! I like. Yeah, OM 28 Modern Deluxe. Now the Modern Deluxe is like it's like the holy grail now. For the D18s as well as for the D28s because of the neck. The asymmetrical shape of this neck is the same as the D18, which I was like gushing all over because of this beautiful neck. And I believe this is like about 43, but it's easy to play. As it just kind of grows wider as it goes up. Nice little appointments that you have. You see? It's not focusing. Come on, focus. There you go. Open back tuners. Thicker spruce top, rosewood back and side. OM, so it's thinner, smaller, with the liquid metal. And I think these are ebony fretboard, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, ebony bridge. Is it in tune? Cue the syrup choir. Woo! What am I doing? Oh, what the heck am I doing? Oh, okay. Try my new slide. Nah, it doesn't work. I think slide. For me, I think I play better with the open E tuning slide. It's so light. It's like weighs like a feather. It's so light. Great guitar for. Yeah, I mean, if I had the more the cajon, the what do you call that? The money. You know, if I have the money, you know, yeah, if I have the money, I'll put a Arabex anthem, and this will be perfect for live work. Ears are going. Alright, so what? Hi, Steven. From Texas, yeah. We have some Texans here. Leather Mula. Where you from, Leather Mula? Mula. I haven't seen you around here before. Okay, I'm just gonna go back, right? Oh my good lord, there's so many things here. Okay, you guys are saying amen to certain stuff. What? Okay, Joshua. Oh, Exy Wexy, you're meeting. Okay. You're meeting Wayne this Sunday? Alright, cool. Hope you get it, hope you get it squared away. Leth Muller, yeah, where are you from, Leth? You have an interesting name. Dot Wi-Fi, what's my favorite? That's questions we ask countless of time. That is a nice guitar case. Yeah, you're talking about a white one, right? The white one is the N-year TNT, I'm mistaken. And see something. I didn't grow up Christian. God saved me when I was in my band. Wow. I was in a band from my late teens to early 20s. We were primarily a local band, though we did get to open. Whoa, that's nice. Yeah, CC, that was what I was telling them earlier on about that white case. It looks like a cello case, even with the straps. You can actually strap it on. But I can't possibly see how we can do that because it's gonna be quite heavy. Alright. When God saved me, I eventually quit the band and put down the guitar for a few years, and then decided to play at church, which I did for a few years. Then I put it down for 17 years. Oh, wow. Are you picking it up again? I hope you are. I don't believe that God will want you to stop playing guitar. And I have guys coming up to me and saying, I've found God, and I don't think God wants me to play in a rock and roll band anymore. And playing all the secular music and all this unholy lyrics and stuff like that. I have my own thoughts about it. Mind you, I love my Jesus. I love God, but we can't possibly be useless when we keep ourselves away from all this stuff, because we're not actually indulging in sex and whatever drugs that these lyrics are portraying. That is, if you're not doing that, you have to have a conscience. Playing music is just playing music, and of course I would not play a piece of music that has satanic or references to it, or anything that it means or put down my God. I would not do that. But general songs, rock and roll songs and stuff like that, I'm fine with that. People keep telling me, just don't play Hotel California because it's satanic. We've been there. Stairway to Heaven is another one, but for me it didn't really bother me because it's just music, and the lyrics are just the lyrics. You can portray it or you can interpret it any way you want. But for me, Hotel California was really innocent. I'm sure that they went to all lengths. The promotion of the album and the group, having Anthony LaVey, that's name, the high priest of the Satanic Church in California, on the back sleeve. That is probably part of the promotional thing, trying to. And back then, at that period, everybody was into this Satan thing, all the AC/DC and all the groups spewing up things like the devil. Even Deep Purple was singing about devil for the longest time. But when you look and listen, when you listen to lyrics and look at the lyrics of Hotel California, it's basically nothing. Even if there's like any deep, ominous meaning behind it, you don't know about it, right? And you're talking about backmasking. What do you think that all these things can come back and haunt you? I've been listening to Hotel California for years. So not my favorite song though, although I love the guitar solos. The guitar solo was the start of me actually picking up lead guitar. Yeah. but it got me to where I am right now. So I have my thoughts about all that. Yeah. So I don't know about you. See something, but I sure hope that you would just pick up the guitar, because music is a gift from God. Definitely, God gave the gift of music to David. And look what happened. He saved a whole nation. So the gift of music is sacred. Don't throw it away. All right. Okay, so like again, where are you from again? What do you say? You did. Phoenix, Arizona. Oh wow, cool. I was at Tucson for a while. Yeah, I went to Phoenix and I love it. I actually served in a church there. We did this whole thing. We were teaching the young ones there about worship and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so I got a lot of catching up to do. Okay, XC. Okay, so I even sold my Fender American Strat when COVID hit. I started working from home. One day I'm on lunch and I pick up the guitar, Kramer Nightstone. That was back in April. Cool. Stephen Holt. Hi Jonathan, greeting from Texas. That's a whole lot of Texans here, like I said. That is one nice guitar. I've been playing more acoustic lately and I need one. Well, go out and buy one. I'm sure where you're from, you can find like really nice acoustic guitars. Yeah, I'm sure that's not a problem. Orion, beautiful. Yes, beautiful. See something, and I haven't stopped. I bought a JMJR and a Fender Tele. Good for you. As well as a Black Star amp, and now I'm rediscovering my love playing, and grateful to Christ for this. I'm glad. Okay, so there is a silver lining. Okay, all right, cool. Martin, yeah, Martin. That Martin sings. Yes, it does. The OM, it's the OM. It's just the way it is. So you notice that the dreadnoughts have a lot more lows. The OMs will have a little less low and lots of mid-range because of the depth of the guitar. It's more shallow. So it brings out the mid-range just a little more. Let's try my slide with this. This will probably go down well with slide, I think, because of the action. Action is pretty high though. I'm not sure this. I couldn't reach the higher one. See what we can do with this. Nice. Nice. Oh my god, what a great Martin guitar. Just still the best in my opinion. Sounds amazing. Going for a drop D is Dixie. Love you. Love you too. Okay, alright. Thank you. T. Jackson, play Olean's Dance with Me. Interesting. I wish I could. Mark, do you like the fish in the sand? Do I like the new Fishman preamps with the volume tone controls in the sound? Oh, so I've heard about them, but I haven't played on one of those. They are probably trying to go after to follow the anthem, the RBX anthem. So I don't know, you know. So it sounds good, yeah. Dog White 5, yeah. I think that's I was doing a drop D, and then later on I was doing open E tuning. Sounds good. Fortnite boy. Hi. I have a Takamine N10 from '87. Sounds more mellow than a Martin. We're not part of it. Have you ever played one? No. In contrary to what you guys might think, there's a whole lot of guitars I haven't even heard of, let alone play on it. So, I'm trying to catch up. There are certain guitars that are made available, certain guitars are not available. So yeah. Hicaro, you're okay? So you're from Texas, cool. Like I said, a whole lot of Texans here. From Phoenix, yeah, okay. Breeze, hey B Breeze, hi. Seen you live. Want to say hello? Hi. I hope you enjoyed that show that we did. Yeah. So in case you guys don't know, we did a couple of live stream concerts since June, July, and the last one was last week on last Friday, and that was done in conjunction with Yamaha Singapore. So we had to use all Yamaha equipment, like keyboards, drums, even the guitars. I used to play like all sorts of guitars. I have mine. For the live stream so far, I played on a Ernie Ball Music Man Luke, my Harley Benton HHT, right, and my Comanche. I even had played my Comanche on one of those. And Sebastian is primarily just using his his PRS. I don't know which model he has, but it's the one with the Paseo pickup, and he's currently using the Factual, and I'm using the Helix, which is okay because it's power Yamaha. So poor Sebastian has to kind of change everything and use a pot go, because he thought a pot go would be easier to learn. So which is correct, and he managed to get a real good tone out of pot go, I must say. The guitars, we had to use the Yamaha guitars, so we were using the Pacificas. There was a Restar there, the 420T, if I'm not mistaken, which I use or attempt to use it on just for slides, which is a great guitar. I actually kind of love the Restar. Then I have the Pacifica. Mine was the single double, single humbucker. I don't VFM something, and Sebastian was using the P90 with the humbuckers. So there's also VFM something, right? So yeah, both of us were using this different guitars, and my bassist Casey, who's a great vocalist, by the way, he was using a Yamaha bass, a main Japan bass. For the life of me, I couldn't remember the model of the bass. And Anthony, who's playing the keyboards, has to use the Yamaha keyboards, which he has no problem with. And Jimmy, our drummer, he's an endorsee of Yamaha drums, so not a problem at all. So we had a good time on that concert, because the band finally get to do something like how to band, because that was a band concept. That show was totally a band concept. So if you guys missed it, you might want to check out the live stream. We didn't do and for me, I didn't. There are some places where I make boo-boos and stuff like that, and the mixing, there's certain times when the guitars were not mixed properly. My guitars was inaudible at times, but it was okay. It was a great show. Everybody gave their 100%. And this, like I said, is a band concept. So I got to sing 2 songs. Sebastian got to sing 2 songs, a duet with someone. I got to sing Tequila Sunrise, Eagles, as well as one of my own songs. And then Casey I had a chance to do this song called Crazy, which I absolutely love. And he did a antebellum song, I Need You Now, yeah, antebellum, yeah. So yeah, great. And we did an instrumental called Hit Me, which is a challenging song to play, but it was great. It was great fun. So I really totally enjoyed that night. Although it like I said before about stepping on stage and having that sort of anxious feeling, I had it on this show. I had it since we kind of like rehearsed on Thursday, and I was so caught up in the rehearsal and everything, trying to get everything nailed right and the sound and everything, that after rehearsal I couldn't get to sleep. Always, my mind was still like like revolving, and I couldn't get myself to sleep. And on the day itself, on Friday, I was sleep deprived, but I managed to get some power nap right before the show, and it helped. It definitely helped. Yeah, so that was what happened on Friday. So like again, if you guys want to watch it, I could put a link down. Yeah, I could put a link down. And okay, so what? Good Lord, I'm getting hungry. What? I'm fine, Rexy. Yeah, Alan's a good friend. Okay, so Doc Wi-Fi, you're from Orange County. Wow, cool. Oh man, well, I have to go back all the way. Oh, sorry. Can the cat from Greece? Hello. Awesome, you're from Greece. Cool. Groovy Spaghetti, you're such a good guitar player. Gee, now I'm waiting for the thank you so much. I'm not really a great player. just get by. You're waiting for the signature model. Wow, cool. Which one are you? The signature model, is that a new line, or is it a custom thing? Hicaro, the parable of talents come to mind when I think of playing guitar. Gotta be good stewards and invest in our talents. Yes, absolutely. I amen to that. Yep, I agree totally. Ah, okay, you got a friend, Alan. Waxy, okay. Exy Waxy, Alan is in the UK, so it's gonna be difficult for him to send it to Wayne. Hotel California is it's a bad Yelp review. I'll bet. Came Lane. Amen. Yeah, where you from, Kate? See something? Ah, yeah, it's okay, man. I know. I totally understand where you're coming from. So, yeah, it happens to the best of us. So, yeah, don't give up. Pick up a guitar and play, man. I believe God will want you to play. Making music. Why this whole concept of music making is so important, especially in this time and age where the pandemic is happening, where COVID-19 is rampant, and people are forced to stay home because there's no more concerts and TV shows. I was catching CMC Country Music Award, or CMA, the Christmas edition, and I was so touched with one of the songs that was sung by Tim McGraw. I think the title is He's Not My Son. It's great. It's coming from a perspective of Joseph, looking at, going through the birth of Jesus and knowing that, hey, this is not my son. It's God's son. And beautiful lyrics, brought a tear to my eye, and was beautifully performed by Tim McGraw. And music has that power to minister, to soothe a ravaged soul, to bring healing, and to bring joy. And that's the power of music that God has given to us. So we should not throw it away, or misuse it. We should cherish it and make sure that we do the best that we can. So yeah, brother, keep at it. I'm not gonna preach, right? No, I'm not gonna preach. What? Just okay, and that's okay. Leth Miller, hot in the summer, but perfect. I believe so. I was in Tucson around this time. Well, that was a couple of years ago. I went there almost every year, so I'm always there like during Thanksgiving, and right before Christmas, I would haul my ass back home. But I love that period because it's nice, it's chilly enough, and not that hot. I've been in Tucson in the summer and I didn't like it. I'm in Singapore. I'm staying in Singapore. It's like summer all year round, right? And we have but then again, because this is a tropical country, it's very wet, humid. We have an average temperature of maybe 33 to 34 degrees centigrade. Okay, Google, what is 34 centigrade in Fahrenheit?
34 degrees Celsius is 93.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Right, so we average about 93 Fahrenheit every year. I mean, every day of the year. So when I hit up to Tucson back, I think it's in 2013 or 12. It was in the summer. I nearly died. It was hot. It was really hot. So yeah, that was an eye opener for me. You get a lot of credit, John, for getting me into G&L guitars. I have 4 of them right now. My good lord. Cool. Which one do you get? CC, do you feel like a kid at a candy store in the presence of all the awesome guitars you review? Yes, I do. I thank God for that opportunity to be able to, I thank God the first day when City Music agreed to pass me the Martins, the G&Ls, and whatever they have, the Vox and stuff, anything that's available in the store, I have first dip. And I thank God for that. And then subsequently, I thank God for David's music, and my relationship with Jeanette, beautiful girl. It's like my mind was blown. And then subsequently with Bad Lab and the other companies involved, like Nuex and Harley Benton especially, the guitars that's available, in the market for the consumer is like, whoa, mind blowing. And there are so many brands that that I haven't even laid my fingers on. Some of the Fender and Gibson guitars, or the Ibanez guitars, or the Music Man. Oh man, there's too many to name. So yes, I mean, at times I feel a bit overwhelmed because I want to make sure that I represent in truth what the guitars are about. So sometimes, we get a bit tired, you would just want to skim through and just kind of get it over done with, but not for me. I believe that every guitar deserves a run through, and sometimes I get guitars that I couldn't dig, you know what I mean? I just couldn't play it, and I would not review the guitar, and I would send it back to the shop because I don't want to do anything bad or for its namesake. So there are times when I do that. But yeah, in answering your question, I do feel like a kid in a candy store all the time. Orion, what's Punchy and Chris? Sorry, oh, okay. What? What are you talking about? About Gina guitars? CC, my head would explode. I was surrounded by the guitars and gears. Orion Crest rolling and tumbling. What in the world are you talking about? Sounds like a Crossroad movie. Aha. Yes. Slide is hard to play on electric. Jonathan did well to play on acoustic. Nah, I feel miserably. I've seen. I was in Hong Kong for a album production, and I got the top premier Hong Kong sessionist named Furman Soul. Great guitars. I love him to bits. And there was a song where I requested him to play slide on, but on acoustic. And he did a phenomenal job. And I noticed that he kind of put on a sort of a headband thing, like how those guys would do, like to kind of mute the rest of the string, and that helped a lot. So yeah, probably I should get one of those if I were to ever play slide on an acoustic guitar again. Okay. So where were we? Okay. Yeah. says like his melodies is for his stream. You Tony, that's where I discovered Jonathan. I was going through. Oh, Alan. Thank you guys. You guys are talking behind my back, but thank you guys. Oh, where am I now? My good lord. So far back. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Okay, so happy to discover him. Let Mueller. I love the Yamaha Red Star. I have with the dual P90s. Oh, cool. Yeah. I tried that too. Did I? I wonder where I did. I gotta go back and check. Anyway, I requested for Yamaha to pass me all the Red Star models that you have, so I could kind of like give it a run through and put it in the catalog, put it in the playlist. So you guys. Okay, so you guys are here. 39 of you guys are here. So I'm going to do a shout out that there are playlists in my channel. So anytime you feel like, okay, I want to learn something about G&L guitars, there's a playlist for G&L guitars, Martin guitars, or Harley Benton guitars. Okay, even amps. So anytime, any subject that you want to go through, I separate them out into playlists to make it easier. As the channel grows, as time goes, I didn't know that there were so many videos that I've done so far. So it makes it a little bit easier for searching. So just so you know. Arjen Sacco, you're from Italy. Hi, come stai? Ciao. Go say, hey Jonathan, which cheap, affordable Multiefxs would you suggest for a novice? My son is leaning over my shoulder. Tell him say hi. Get him the NUX MG300. Okay, I'm going to type it down here so that you can at least have something. It's affordable and it's a great Multiefxs for beginners. Right? The headstock and the body shape of the Red Star go so well. Yes, it's a really nice looking guitar. Yeah. The only gripe I had about it is probably the neck. That's the only gripe, but it's not unplayable. It's not really uncomfortable. It's okay, but it could have been better for me. It could have been better. But that's individual preferences. Groovy Spaghetti, I saw your video on the G&L Fallout, but have you ever played the tribute version? If yes, how was it? No, I have not played the tribute version because the shop doesn't have it yet. Yep. Hey Mike, how are you today? I'm actually good. I rushed back from a home sale meeting, so we're supposed to have streaming at 1. I was about 1 or 2 minutes late. I had a great time with the guys from church. Yeah, it's been a long time since we got together, so we had a good evening together. And yeah, I'm pretty well rested for the live stream tonight. Alan, I'm 65 and would no. You get there, Alan. Don't ever say no. No, seriously. I used to teach a brother that was real old. He was like hitting like 66, and that was a couple years back. And I just am so amazed by his enthusiasm. He would come faithfully for lesson every week, and it's a hassle to. It's not a hassle. It's a challenge to teach him because he would tend to forget certain things that I taught him, and then I have to reteach them again. It's not because of memory loss or nothing like that. It's just that he's getting on in age, right? But he does his practice at home. He does everything, and he improved a lot during that couple of weeks that I taught him. Eventually he gave up because I think he just couldn't stand the pain, the fingertips. Yes, I believe it's true. Okay, Mike, I did get all the insurance taken. Oh, cool. But I have to wait until January 1st before I have the surgery. Okay, that's good to know, Mike. Really. So I remember we prayed for you. Yeah, the night. Yeah, good to know. God came true. Well, after the 1st of January. Cool. Let us know. Keep us updated, or keep me updated. All right. It can roll. Yeah, it can roll. Nitri, yeah, it's hot. Hot? No, I mean for now, but you know it gets really hot in Phoenix in summer. Alexki. Yeah, how are you? Where are you from? Let Muller got the Legacy. Wow, nice. A-Set Deluxe, Comanche in the Fallout. Wonderful. Beautiful. Did you? Okay, you had the A-Set Deluxe. Is that the one with the bigger MFD pickups? If that's the one, you made a great choice because that guitar is one sweet sounding guitar. Pontanen? I did recommend some books for the COVID-19, but I don't know, but this for reading. Not that I know of, because mind you, in case you don't know, I'm not a reader. I can write and read basic chord charts, but you know I don't really read notes and stuff like that. So you have no luck here. You probably have better luck asking someone else. Again, if you want to buy me coffee, there's this super chat, super sticker, and again a shout out to anyone of you who is interested in being a patron on my channel. What's that? Alan, you have a great background in music. I'm a self-taught bedroom player. Groovy Spaghetti, another G&L question. How true is it that most of all G&L guitars are heavy? I read quite a lot of comments or reviews complaining about the weight of the instruments. That's true to a certain extent. The Comanche that I have is not really that heavy. That was a Fallen Deluxe, and the Blues Boy is not that heavy. But surprisingly, the Legacy, the Tribute Legacy, is heavy. It's like almost 4 kg. In fact, it's 4 kg. Yeah, but yeah, they tend to be on the heavy side. But it's not a bad thing for me. Deepak, hi, good evening. You're welcome. Yeah. Chord Crack, yeah, you're welcome. I hope he find interest in guitar playing. Elon Russo, good to see you are still live. I'm back from dinner. What do you get? What do you have for dinner? I'm hungry. Yes, Ugo Palazzo. Yeah, A-Set Special, right? Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's a great guitar. Yeah, so you made a great choice. Yeah. See something for reading. I highly recommend Putting Amazing Back to Grace. Wow, well, that's a nice book. Nice title anyway. By Michael Horton, for reading a book, that is. Well, I recommended the Gospel of Luke the last time, the autobiography of Steve Lukather of Toto. That's a great read. Yep. Les Muller, it's the one with the wider. Yeah. It has a fixed looking. Yeah, that's right. I love that. That guitar is one of the best G&L guitars I ever played, which I don't own. You know, because I already had my my Blues Boy, but I absolutely love the tone of that A-Set Special. You know, you can watch the video I did. It's under the playlist of G&L, but I really had fun playing that. You know. Hi Gointe, how are you? I was only lurking until now, but I can't leave without a greeting. So a marvelous weekend to you people. And Jonathan, where are you? And Jonathan, you better take some snacks into last stream next time. I actually have a nice cake that David sent, or Jeanette from David sent, and I'm just dying to get into it, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to do that until after the live stream. It's a sort of fruit cake, really nice. Okay, I'm just thinking about it. What's for dinner? Well, it's coming to 4 a.m. So I don't think it's dinner time. I just had curry chicken a couple hours ago. That was it dinner for me? Yeah, it's probably dinner for me. But yeah, great curry chicken and some other stuff. I actually ate quite a lot, but I guess I'm a growing boy, so I get hungry often. After all the bringing the guitars and breaking them out and all that. All right, David, you take care. Have a good lunch. Cool. All right. Okay. I didn't know you were a bassist. Buddy, what gauge string do you normally play and like? For my electric guitars, I would predominantly use 010s. Yeah, just 010s, any brand. And I'm not really particular about brands, but my favorite right now would be the GHS Boomers or the Aldero, right? For acoustic guitar, that's a different matter altogether. So I'm very particular about my acoustic guitars. So I usually use bronze wound 013s if I can. For certain guitars, I would use 012s. But for certain guitars, like for my D35, I would use either the Martin Browns, is that what they call? I forgot. 013s. I try not to use Alexiers as much as possible because, like I said, some Alexiers or the tone just doesn't sound right. They might last long, but the Enya is strong with the Alexiers. Yeah, they sound okay, but as you can hear, they're really pretty bright. So I might just change them to a normal bronze wound 13s. I'm sure it will sound great. BB Sony, where do I live? I live in Singapore. Okay, this one from. Where are you from, BB? The Flix one. Hey Jonathan, do the Yamaha THR 10 or 30 sound boxy because of the size? I only play them and learn them, and I don't play it out loud. Okay, that sound pretty good actually. I was pretty impressed with them. Yeah, but on hindsight, while talking to yes, Mark, 8020 bronze. On hindsight, after talking to Wayne used to have a THR, the first version, the version before the newest one. He told me that he preferred the older version. I couldn't tell because I never did play on a THR before until the review. But I was pretty impressed with how it sounds like. For me, if given a choice, I would buy the 30 and not a 10. At least it's always good to have enough power to kind of have that little bit of headroom, Okay. Russell, we have some baked salmon with baked sweet potato, hummus, and on the side with, oh my good lord, that sounds like lunch. Yeah, it's a good lunch. Zeke, whenever Mr. Cole, no, I created a patch for your Martin. Really cool. What is it? Is IR with IRs? John, what are your thoughts on the newer Epiphone guitars? I love the Les Paul style guitars, but the Gibsons. Look, the fact of the matter is that most of the Gibson guitars or the Epiphone guitars that I tried in the stores, they are not really comparable to the ones from Gibson. And given the fact that Gibson guitars are really expensive, I understand that. It just doesn't justify the fact that Epiphone is a branch off Gibson, but very different quality. Yeah. Take for example the SG. For example, I tried the Epiphone SG in the shop, and I was like shocked. The LTD SG that I got from Davis, it's better quality all around. And the fact that it has a EMG pickups, that's just icing on the cake, and a reflection of the cost. So, yeah. So my advice would be this is it's an entirely different thing from the Squire, from the Fender. The Squire are not bad guitars. They are really great guitars, and well, not all of them, but most of them are, and they're well made. It's not the same case with the Gibson. In the first place, Gibson had a history of bad quality control. Even the top of the range guitars suffer little things like pain and fretwork and stuff like that, and pickups and cavities and cavities not being shielded and stuff like that. And these are complaints in the past, but this seemed to have cleaned up that act a lot in recent years. But as far as Epiphone is concerned, you know what, just don't listen to me. Just go out to the store and try it. But who knows? You might just try out a good playing, good sounding Epiphone, and then you're in luck. Buy it. Right? Now, this is my experience. This is what I've been presented with, in my experience with playing Epiphone guitars in the shops. Elion Russo, what do I think about spruce top with back and sides maple? A bit funky, because it's gonna sound really bright. Yeah, the spruce top would. That's why they have a rosewood behind as back and side, because they compensate, or even a mahogany, with the bright spruce top. And even spruce top has different kind of like grade. You have the Adirondack, you have the Sika, you have the Engelmann. They all have different qualities to it. These are all tall wood talk, which I really not into this, but it gets really interesting. But the combination of rosewood with spruce top, or mahogany with or even walnut, it's interesting. You get different tones, So, I think spruce with maple would be just too bright. Zeke, you created a patch based on Martin using your Digitech. Cool, outstanding. But I presume you are using your Paseo pickups to kind of emulate the Martin sound. My other solution is to get the Restar 620 as the Les Paul replacement. Possible? Yeah, that's one way to do it. Unless you're a sucker for you just want to have a Les Paul. In that case, then I would advise you to kind of like save your money and save up for a full-blown Les Paul. And if I were you, I wouldn't even want to buy a brand new Les Paul. I would probably get like a pre-owned, pre-loved Les Paul that is made in certain years, like year 2000, or between year 2005 to 2000, or rather from 1998 to 2005, that period. You can probably source around in reverb, probably get a good one with good working condition, because Les Pauls are like furniture. They don't really degrade with age. So if there's anything that we need to be reworked, like change your pickups, or the volume knobs, or certain stuff, you can always do it with a good luthier. But you end up with a guitar that has been through a certain age, and it will probably sound good. It probably looks good too, because it's a bit worn out. Unless again you're a stickler to brand new stuff, and then I can't help you there. Then you go buy a new one. But my thing is that if you're looking for a Les Paul, then get a Les Paul. Yeah. In the end, it would never satisfy your thirst, your yearning to have a Les Paul. That's what I did. I was yearning for a Les Paul for the longest time, and my head would go around. Maybe I'll buy a SG because it's cheaper, or buy a semi-solid because you can kind of compensate it. It didn't work. In the end, I was offered a pre-love Les Paul Classic, which I was dying to get. Only a classic, not in the custom and standard series. Only a classic, and it came with a beautiful maple top, flammable top, which I have it here, right here, you know. And yeah, so I aimed for it, and someone was selling it, and I bought it, just like that. I paid like $2,000, which is really cheap for a Les Paul Classic, and the guitar is 1997, if I'm not mistaken, May 1997 or 98. So it's one of the better batch, and it's truly a good piece of equipment. I didn't do anything to it except recently, except I changed the tuning pegs to spretzels and locking tuners, and then I managed to swap out the 96R, if I'm not mistaken, 96R and T pickups to Wayne's custom 59 PFs. Nice. So the guitar is like happening. So it's a keeper. So these are the guitars that I will never sell, right? So it's gonna be here all the time. Anyway, moving on. A streetcar Strat. Have you ever tried the Japanese Epiphones? Older models for... Oh, yeah? Yeah, the older ones are good, obviously. No, just take it like a sort of a sweeping statement that guitars that are made in Japan, chances are like 85 to 95% you're going to get a good guitar because they are really well made. That's the Japanese for you. You know, on the off chance that you get like a really funk up guitar that's made in Japan, then you know it seldom happen. If you get a Japanese lemon, it's really 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000. You know, it seldom happen. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. It seldom happens. Charlie Buttocks. Interesting name, Mr. Charlie Buttocks. Hi, Jonathan. How are you? I'm good. Who inspired you to play guitar, and how old were you? Oh, I think I answered that question a couple of times. Hi, Macaroon. It's nice to see you here. Yes, and Ugo Palazzo is absolutely correct. Watch out for broken necks. Because of the way that the angle is for the headstock, that's the weak point. So Les Pauls have the tendency to have broken necks. Sorry, coming back to you. Where are you? Charlie, right. I was inspired to play guitar by the fact that I loved the music that was going on around at that time. I grew up, you know, in my teens. You know, I grew up listening from Beatles to Rolling Stones to Bad Company to Uriah Heep, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin. You know, all these great bands, Grand Funk Railroad, and 10cc. You know, and all these wonderful groups. You know, Queen, and just wanted to pick up the guitar because I don't know, just this natural tendency to pick up a guitar, which I really suck at it, you know. And there was no guitar heroes back then. It's only later on when I started to be a little bit more proficient in my guitar playing that I started to listen to a lot of guitar music, mainly from you know, from artists that I like, you know, from singers that I like Olivia Newton-John. I'm the biggest fanboy of Miss John. Had a crush on her ever since I was 13 years old. Yeah, love her voice, and I just love how the way she looks. In any case, I digress. And her album was was done and produced by really great musicians, you know, great producers. One of them is John Farrar, wonderful guitarist. So later on, you know, I started hearing stuff from Toto, and even before Toto, I was listening to this guy called Boss Skaggs, and it had Steve Lukather in it, and then among others like Jay Graydon and Michael Landau, and I got into this rabbit hole of following session guitarists and wanting to do what they want to do, and I pursued my ambition to be a session guitar player, which I managed to realize years later. So that's how I started, you know. And I guess for every musician it's the same thing, because there must be a role model for you to follow. And in my case, I was blessed to have really good guitarists that sometimes it gets a bit not a bit, really overwhelming because of their immense, enormous talents that they have, and they'll be playing stuff that I couldn't even comprehend. You know, even if I wanted to like play the same thing, I couldn't do it because you don't have the experience, you don't have the chops, and I don't read. You know, so it's really hard for me to do that. And that was before YouTube, where you can just slow down the whole music and catch certain parts, or even with this other software that you have, the plugins that you have. That was way before that. So everything was through the vinyl record. You know, I think I told this story many a times when I was trying to learn the solos from Hotel California with a vinyl record. So it was just like skipping the needle every now and then just to catch the parts that Don Felder or Joe Walsh was playing. Yeah, so those were the days. That's how I got started. Nice. Hack and Roll 2010 LP and onward are just meh. You're right. Yeah, they get ridiculously expensive these days. You know, I find that companies like Gibson and Martin, you know, Fender is trying to kind of like bring down the prices to a realistic amount, where in the normal commercial or the normal guitar player can afford a good Strat, for example, or a good Tele. And then there's G&L, you know, which prices haven't changed a whole lot, but the quality has always been the same. So yeah, but for Gibson, I just find that guitars are just too overpriced. And then there are the other ones like Sir, what's the other one? PRS, you know. So they're all on the higher market range, which caters to certain clientele. But for the working musician, you know, I won't buy a Gibson Les Paul right now. Not even a what's that? The 335. Couldn't afford it. Even SG couldn't afford it. So thank God there are like alternatives to it, like the Harley Benton SG, Harley Benton semi-solid and stuff like that, and the Tokai clones, you know, and then they make really good guitars. The Japanese make really good clones, so that's another area to look at. Alright, CC, exactly as much as I flounder about buying various Martin D28 substitute over a few years, it's best to save up for that one you truly love. Otherwise, you lose money each time you sell back. See? There you go. Oh, Wishbone Ash. Oh, man. So, Lath, you're around my age group, I guess. I love Wishbone Ash. I had a couple of their albums, but it's all in cassette form. I was telling this story to, well, not really a story about how I grew up back in the 70s. I would like hop onto my little bike, my little chopper bike. I was like 14, and I would cycle down, and there would be places where they sell this counterfeit, well, you know, pirate cassettes, you know, of albums, at a fraction of a cost, like, you know, it's like $1 or $1.50 a pop, a whole cassette. So I would like buy all sorts of music that I can lay my hands on, and that's how my music education was. I grew up listening to music from cassettes, and I would spend hours listening to it and understanding the whole album concept. I didn't listen like these days kids will listen, or maybe some of you guys will listen to a certain song from iTunes and that's it. I would like spend hours just listening to the album, whether the rest of the songs are good or not. I would just sit down and listen to it, and if the whole album appeals to me, I will listen to it again and again and again, and finally discover, oh, okay, so this is a sound. This is the sound that Bad Company has, right? Or this is the sound that Deep Purple have. They have a certain kind of sound. Like Grand Funk Railroad, they have a certain sound. Led Zeppelin is the most obvious because he has John Bonham on that drum, the kick drum. He has that, you know, that trademark. And that's how I began to understand, oh, so every band has its own sound. And that's what makes them different from each other. Right? Queen has its harmonies. 10cc has this beautiful intellectual lyrics as well as singing, and wonderful guitar playing by Eric Stewart. And you get to know all this thing, and you begin to appreciate. And the American groups that were around, like Firefall, for example, great acoustic band, rock band, but they're great, and Pablo Cruz. All of them have their own distinct sound, and that's how I learned production, even from the early age, and it's great. So those were the days. Anyway, where are you now? Okay, Zeke, good for you. Do I remember Drew from Boss Cats on Breakdown that I had? Drew? Yes. Well, Breakdown that I had was from Steve Lukather, right? Yeah, from Luke. The guitarist from Boston, yeah, he passed on. Tom Schultz. Yeah, I have Tom Schultz rock band with me. I used to do it all the time. No wonder you play the way you do. Your influences are top notch. A bit the younger players may not know them. As I was saying before, listening to good music inspires good playing. Yeah, it is. You only play Ibanez. It's okay. I'm not faulting you for that. Macaroon, have you tried tens from China? No. Tens? No. I haven't tried them yet. Oh, okay, I'll check them out. Correct. Gibson equals Nike. By that I mean a lot of the price comes from marketing, not the actual work for the instruments. You nail it, brother. That's it. Charlie Buttocks. Thanks, Jonathan. Amazing. I did the same thing with the vinyl records, listening and lifting the needle and trying to play the same notes. Peace and love, brother. Peace and love to you. Yes, Macaroon. Rally Chopper. You know the red ones? With the handlebar like that? Yeah, I used to love that bike with that. What is it? 6-speed? Yeah, it's amazing. I go everywhere with that bike. Nearly died on the bike twice, 3 times, a couple of times. Yeah. One time I was going downhill. I don't know what I was thinking about. So I was going downhill, real steep, right? I was like going, and then I was looking at my handlebar. It was like kind of like off-centered. So, yeah, you guessed it. I tried to center it, twist it while going downhill. Guess what happened? I flipped. We're on the ground. I saw my bike flying overhead me. I tell you, it's only by God's grace I'm around. Street calls thread. Are you familiar with Jack Famarat? Yes, he's from Thailand. I do not know him personally. I think he's one tasty player. There's another guy from Thailand who's also really good. Yeah, I'm in awe of that play because they have the vocabulary there, the feel and everything. They're so melodic and so musical. Yeah. Okay, Let, you're in your mid-50s. Alright, so probably a little older than me. No, I'm older than you, Let. I just hit 60 on the 27th of October. I just passed the big 60. So I'm older than you. A big music fan my whole life. I have a massive collection of CDs and LP. Thank you. Wow, that's a big collection. By the way, my handle is in reference to X911 when Apostle Paul received his sight on the street called Straight. Ah, so not Strat. On the street called Straight. God bless. God bless you. Hickaroo, I love Gretsch, and I'm a fan of Michael Kelly. Not impressed with the Gibson for the reasons stated. Price and QC. Fender's pretty cool, but I'd rather check out a good Squire than buy a Strat. Really? That's interesting. Yeah, some of the Squires are, like I said, really well made. The Mexico Strats are really nice too. The Mexican Strat. I actually, you know what? I was in Tucson, and Tucson had a music store called Rainbow. I don't know where you know about this, Hicaro. I was there, and they have a couple of used guitars on sale, and I chanced upon this made in Mexico Strat. Okay, I think it's a single humbucker, right? Maroon color. I can still remember the color. Plain looking Strat, I picked it up and I played and I just liked it. But I didn't buy it for myself. I bought it for the foundation that was attached with, and I brought it for rehearsal, play it. Man, I really wanted to bring that guitar back home with me. It was so good. Made in Mexico. I paid like $200 for it. Yeah, 200 US for it. Amazing. Good night, CC. You take care. Kuzik. You learn to control mids from Steve Lukather. Okay. My favorite band was and will always be Rush. I'm sure you like them. Yep. I love Rush. Tom Sawyer is my favorite song. All the time. Yeah, every time I hear that. That's it. I'm there. Yes! So you know, Rainbow Guitars in Tucson. Yeah. Great bunch of guys, though. And Black Oak, Arkansas. Yes. Yes. But I wasn't really listening to them, Mark. I was listening to, as far as country band or country rock, I guess, oh my, I don't really listen to them back in the days. Probably the closest is probably Firefall. And even what's that, the one that Duane Allman was in, not the Allman Brothers, the other one, Allman Brothers, right? I wasn't even listening to them back then. I wasn't really into country music or country rock for that matter. So Eagles was the closest thing, and then Poco came along, and I was in love with both these groups because Poco is so underrated. Great band. And that was when I decided, oh, okay, there are other bands around, like the band itself, right? The band is a great band, well, beautiful. And then I started noticing the other groups, Yeah, that's my music education. Alright, so what is this? The Call 10S, really nice instruments. What we're talking about? What you talking about? Oh, okay, the Squire, alright. John Williams. Yes, T-Square. I like T-Square. John Williams, the guitarist or the orchestrator? I like the orchestrator. The one that did Star Wars. T-Square, yes, T-Square and Cassiopeia, but I prefer T-Square. T-Square has a more rockish feel to them. Cassiopeia is more refined, more polished. I look younger. Well, that's probably because I'm Asian. Yeah, we Asians don't look our age most times. But then again, I might be wrong because it might be my lifestyle. I really don't try not to let things freak me out too much. I try to control stress as much as I can because I know myself. I don't really do well in stress. On certain things, right? In certain things, I do really well in stress. Like for music, I think I do my best work in stress. Like if there's a deadline for my arrangement or for production, I do my best work. There were times when I get a call date and I'm supposed to do a tour with a certain artist, and I only have a couple of days to get like 35 songs together. That's stress, yeah. But somehow I rise above the occasion for those kind of stress. But the other kind of stress that I can't handle is family. When it comes to family, there was an episode of pertaining to my late mother. I couldn't deal with that. I nearly broke down because I just couldn't deal with that stress. But all ended well, so it's okay. Yeah, $200 steal. Cool. Fender Bullet. I like Fender Bullet strings, Zeke, but the way they are packed, atrocious. I was so disappointed with Fender because I bought like a couple of sets like a couple of years back, and I swore to myself I will never buy Fender Bullets again because the way that they are packed, they're not vacuum packed. Most of the unwound strings were rusty, so I couldn't replace them because there's a no return policy for strings. All right. So nowadays I get my strings from GHS because they're all vacuum packed, or even from Diodero, they're all vacuum packed, and they're cheaper anyway. So Mike, check some YouTube videos on the late great Sean Lane. He was supportive. Okay, I will. I will check it out. Wow, Indian raga skills and such. Cool. See something, my Fender player got it in the last month. It's great. The only thing I would change is the tone knob. Tone pot. Alright, cool. Macaroon, when are you playing live next? I have no idea, man. We are just hoping that we can get back to our tour latest by June or July next year. Hopefully things will be better, and hopefully earlier than that, because as far as Singapore is concerned, we are having the vaccine out within 2 weeks from now. That's what they say. And for the vaccine to be applied for the whole country will probably take about a couple of weeks. Yeah. So once we're vaccinated, doesn't mean that we are guaranteed a safe passage to anywhere we want, because the other countries that there is a destination may not be on the safe zone. They might not get a vaccine as fast as us. So there's still no traveling for the time being. I'm guessing like middle of next year. So from now until then, there's only so much we can do. I'm still in the middle of a production anyway, so it's time for me to continue my work in production if the tour doesn't happen. But the good thing is that the live stream is still on, the live streaming show. So we're gonna do one. We're gonna have a break for this month in December, I guess, because of the Christmas season and everything. And we are starting rehearsal on the 28th of December for a show in January. In January, that's about it. In February, I have another live stream on the J Studio. So yeah, I wish there were more, but anyway. Pick and roll, you get strings from String Joy. They're about $11 a pop. Wow, that's pretty affordable. Yeah. I get mine here, but I get them at a discounted rate. So yeah, I don't get like packs. I get boxes of 10s. Yeah, at one time. The idea, right? Cool. You use 08s. Wow. I used to use 08s long time ago. I was breaking strings all the time. Yeah. Macaroon, must be hard for working musician. Our government helping you guys out. Yes, they did. They kind of like gave us some concession or some payouts. Kind of like have we had like let me think about it. We have about $1,000 a month from the government for 9 months. Yeah, so the last payout was a couple of months ago, like a month or so ago. That helped a lot because yeah, hey man, any amount of money helps, especially when we're faced with no employment at all. I was blessed because I still have like sessions and arrangements to do, and also with with the things that I do. But in terms of the YouTube, there's no income, substantial income coming from YouTube because my subscribership is just way too low, even at 19,000. Again, I thank every one of you for supporting this channel. But it's still too low to warrant a sizable income. And the companies that pass me all these reviews, I want to thank each and every one of them, even though there's no monetary payout. but they are making all these instruments available for me, which I really enjoy, and I'm hoping that you guys would enjoy and benefit from that too, because you have a chance to see what these guitars are about. So that's about it. As far as YouTube is concerned, that's it. I'm not earning a whole lot of money from there, and that's why little things like the patrons or the super sticker and super chat really help a lot, because I have to invest in stuff like the microphones, strings, lights, the camera, and little stuff like that, to maintain the channel. So every little bit help. But it's okay. I'm not like, oh please, give me some money. No, no, I'm not a beggar. I believe God provides everything for me. But if you guys have that impulse to kind of like help out, yeah, fine. Just join the patrons. It doesn't take a lot. It's about $5 or $2, as low as $2 a month. Anyway, yeah, I'm about to leave this chat in about 10 minutes time. So any questions? All right, Zeke. Thank you. Three packs for $9.99. Oh, that's cheap. Slinkies. Wow. I haven't heard that for a long time. Ernie balls. Yeah. Thank you, Zeke. Kim, hey, how are you doing? Everything's fine? Huh, Kim? How are your animals? They are doing. Oh, talking about my animals, my dog Dax, wow. My heart goes out to him. He actually went to the vet today to have all his canines and teeth extracted. Yeah, so it was affecting his eating habit, because I guess it was painful for him. Poor boy. Yeah, I think he was sedated when they went through the extraction. Yeah, so he's back home. He's a little bit groggy. Poor guy, poor boy. You like Mark? You like 9.5s? Sort of the best of both worlds. I tried to go for 9.5. In fact, I have a set right now. I wish I could pass it to you because I'm not using it. It didn't work for me. I'm too used with the 10s, so I stuck with the 10s. Alright, Macaroon, you take care. Hickaror, thank you for being so interactive. I'm home with COVID. Oh no. Okay, so it was nice to get the chance to tune in and see you live. I have a couple of friends who were down with COVID too. They're doing okay. Yeah, I even have a chance to pray for them. I call them up on Messenger. Yeah, and yeah, it's sad, and there are still people thinking that COVID is not real. So I don't know. My heart goes out to you guys. I just hope that this god awful mess has been settled. And yeah. Anyway, you take care, Hikaru. It's nice knowing you. I didn't know you were from Phoenix. Yeah. No, you're not from Phoenix. You're from Texas. Let is from Phoenix. It's lunchtime. All right, sir. Take care. Ugo Palazzo. Ugo Palazzo Odo. Sorry. Bye all. Great chatting and listening. Ciao. Ciao, fratello. Ciao. Okay. Thanks, Jonathan. We're enjoying inside. God provide me. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Ricky, Flapper, Brave. What's the beef? Play the guitar. Love you, my friend. Love you too. You take care. Yes, Zeke. I know you're from Amarillo, right? Yeah, from Texas. No, forget about. No, well, not really forget about the collabs. But right now, I am not thinking about doing any collaboration with anyone in particular. Right now, it's about getting all the reviews done, and then maybe next year we'll we'll see how it goes, because I have no idea what I'm gonna do in the near future in regards to the channel. So yeah, sorry, man. Thank you for your support, and yeah, appreciate you. Are you in lockdown, Zeke, in Amarillo? Are you guys on the lockdown? Okay, there's this big pause, so I'm gonna leave soon. About 2 minutes. All right, okay. You take care, Zeke. Stay safe. Right? All right. Okay, I gotta go. So, you guys stay safe. I'll see you again real soon. Hopefully next week, if I can. By then, you'll probably get some of the guitars that's been featured here today reviewed. And yeah, in the meantime, you guys please take care of yourself. Stay safe, Alan. Right? And everyone here. Yeah? In New York State. Oh, okay. Alright. Bad shape. The flick. Yeah, I mean, next week, like I said. So I'll probably see you guys next week, if possible. And that's it. Stay safe. Keep yourself with your mask on when you go out, and social distancing. I don't know whether it's a good time. You think today on Friday is a good time, or you want to still do it on Thursday? I think it's okay with me because it's Thursday for you guys. Maybe I'll just, I don't know. Should I? Yeah, maybe I'll just stick to the same time on Friday. I mean, on your Thursday. God, I'm confused. And Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you, Mark, for reminding me that. No, not yet. Give me the goods as Buzzcats. I know the song. Yeah, I get some sleep. I will, Mike. Hey, you take care, Mike. It's good to hear that everything worked well, and just waiting for your surgery on January. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'll see you guys on the same time next week. Ciao. Bye.